IRC Super League, and we are here for round 3 in Shanghai in China. And as you can see there, we're just taking a look at the lobby at the moment. The countdown is on. We've got just under 4 minutes to go, and before we get started on this amazing track, to be honest, of course, this track is fairly well. Is it fairly new? Probably not anymore, but it certainly has. Well, it's certainly been on. It hasn't been on the calendar that long in terms of other tracks, which is probably an obvious statement to make. But it's been on the calendar since 2004, and so it is fairly recent. As I'm just taking a quick, just trying to throw it on. Oh, Dave's already. Nice one. Dave's already shared the stream in the chat, which is awesome stuff. So I'll just throw it in the elite as well, so all the elite guys can have a quick look as well. Whilst we got this bit of a whilst we got the sat in the lobby at the moment, just waiting for the countdown to go on. Let's just take a quick recap of what's going on, because it's not that bad. Is that got a commander leading the championship at the moment. As he look at that, double the points of Jonathan Cox at the moment, who's on 25. Of course, Matt has had a very solid start in third position. I'd actually say Asdog might be quite disappointed with the start he's had. He's been absolutely phenomenal in qualifying, but in the races he's just been fairly unlucky, which is unfortunate, hasn't he? So hopefully he can turn his fortunes around. We've got a couple of new guys in the lobby. We'll go through each of the guys as they're making their debut tonight. So welcome to IRC, and we are really looking forward to seeing what those guys can do and how they're going to get in the mix. Anyway, let's take a recap of what happened in the of course the Elite League last night. It's been absolutely roasting today, hasn't it? One of the hottest days of the year. Well, in China yesterday, we had a bit of rain, didn't we? To start and finish the race. It was a phenomenal race, wasn't it? Up until unfortunately we had a bit of an issue towards the end on the 27th lap out of Venice. There's only 28 laps, isn't there, around Shanghai? But unfortunately on lap 27 we had a mass disconnect. But the results, I believe, pending an admin decision, will. Well, I think I discussed it now, but it looked like from the discussions last night that the results will go from the 27th lap. So to be honest, I think that's kind of a fair ruling, to be honest, because usually Formula 1 is like if you go over 75% of all races, then you usually get 4 points. So I think that's fair enough, really. A very difficult position, of course, for the admins to be in, and really it's unfortunate for Samster as well, isn't it? Because he lost connection as well. Once again, he lost his win in Bahrain, and again he was leading the race good, and then unfortunately he lost connection. Same with Jacob as well. Of course, Jacob didn't lose connection, but unfortunately he tripped over one of the AI cars, didn't he, and that damaged his car. It was so unfortunate, that was. For Jacob, who was looking phenomenal, wasn't he? And somehow Deneen was the leader, wasn't he? It was incredible. It was an incredible race, absolutely phenomenal stuff. And yeah, just touching on the weather last night, we had a sprinkling of rain to begin with the Chinese Grand Prix, and we had to be honest, the weather, you can never predict the weather, can you? Because it always in the job you're just always going to get it wrong, aren't you? I got it completely wrong. 6 laps from the end, it absolutely bucketed it down, didn't it? It came straight in 4 inches after just 2 laps. It was that heavy rain. So yeah, it was absolutely carnage towards the end of that race. So phenomenal stuff, and it was great to see. It was great to see some of the wet weather prowess of some of the drivers out there. Anyway, you can see them. We're just about to get into this now, and it's of course Jonathan. One of the admin no, is it? What's it? I don't even know what the word I'm saying. One of the more popular contributors to the chat or the comments is good luck to all the Super League drivers tonight. We echo that as well. Jonathan second in the championship at the moment, of course. Not that bad. It's got quite a not sizable gap at the top at the moment. He is. You could say he's not looking that bad, is he? Anyway, enough about all the bad puns. There's probably going to be more to come as well. Of course, the German Grand Prix on this weekend as well, and the weather looks a bit frightful over there, don't it? I'm really looking forward to that. I'm not sure, there was a video going around, wasn't there, in the on social media about a lightning bolt struck. I think it was just coming into the stadium section, or just the section before. It was just by the Mercedes grandstand, I believe. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Yeah, a bit of a big old bolt of lightning there. As you can see then, at the moment it's fairly dry out here at the magnificent facilities of Shanghai here, as I've got my cable all wrapped up around there, and I don't really like, because I work in IT, you see I'm quite a perfectionist when it comes to cable management. Well, you wouldn't notice it if you see my setup at the moment, blimey. Anyway, yeah, we're starting Q1 then, so this is Q1. We've got no rogue drivers in here tonight. We haven't got no Kevin Manston, no Pierre Gasly. They've actually got to do their day job today, and sort their media commitments out. So let's just take a look then. We got RU Racing then making his debut tonight. Looking forward to seeing how well RU Racing can do. Super Steve is also here as well. So two drivers for the Force India, for the Racing Point team. Of course, you might notice an unfamiliar name in DNF Dave. Of course, that's Mr. Dave Shaw. Unfortunately, he's changed his name because unfortunately he's been struggling to get to the ends of races as of late. So hopefully, Road Grid's gone a bit wide there, but hopefully he can make it to the end really, because Dave Shaw's had some good pace, but unfortunately he's just struggled to complete a race at the moment. So hopefully that he can turn those things around. Of course, you may notice another driver that you may notice an unfamiliar driver in Wee John. So Wee John will be driving the beautifully liveried Haas, of course the Rich Energy Haas. So looking forward to seeing how I progress. And also we got Timmy on there as well. Timmy, of course, the Mercedes driver as well, and making his bow. And I think that is all of our newcomers. We're on board with Broke Gorilla, and of course it's a very important time, isn't it, for Broke Gorilla? We're not actually all about the Formula 1 race here. Of course, Broke Gorilla is his missus, his significant other half, his better other half as well. This is of course Tess is expecting, and John's we're good luck to Tess, good luck to Todd. We're really any day. So if Todd does make a quick exit, that's why. So yeah, good luck to Tess and Todd there. Yeah, really looking forward to seeing when their little bundle of joy comes along. Anyway, Broke Gorilla will be the first man to come across the line, so that might be why he's a bit keen to get out there at the moment. And as you can see, then we've got a lovely bit of sunshine out here in Shanghai at the moment, and now he's coming through the final corner out, and he's about to begin the lap. He's on DRS now. He starts us up now. Of course, he's on the he's on the soft compound tire. Of course, there's no super soft, hyper soft, ultra soft, or any of that anymore. So it's just the just a soft, medium, and hard now. You can see, look at that, just over in the foreground, over in the background there, the magnificent media center around here in Shanghai. It's probably it's amazing facilities. Probably Abu Dhabi is probably the only track where it's probably, yeah. All right, give me a second. I'll be right back. Broke Gorilla. He's coming through the final couple of corners now, and he's about to complete his lap. And what's he doing? And he is in the 133s at the moment, a 133.4 for Broke Gorilla. Then of course they've I think that was Matt who was out right behind him, and Matt has gone second on a 135.6. As I tell you what, the heat is getting to me at the moment, blimey. Yeah, so Jonas, I think we might have a bit of thunderstorms. There's a big murky overhead, and Timmy is going, of course, making his first race appearance in IRC. Is third at the moment, a 1:34.1 at the moment. Ooh, a 1:33.6 for Sven. You can see that I'm not a fit man, am I? He's now then coming. So Timmy's now in fourth position. Sven is up into a third position on a 33.6 moment, and a 33.6 as well. For not that bad at the moment. Is of course in the championship, 51 points after 2 rounds. And of course, if anyone's new to Formula 1 this year, On of course, you get a point now for fastest lap, so that's why not that bad. It's sitting on 51 instead of 50, so a lot. So just if anyone's questioning why, that's the reason why. Energy Dan is on the hard compound tire, which is why he is why he's on the 36 at the moment. He's gone. He's just slowing down. His Burgess has gone fifth at the moment. He's got a lovely orange helmet this weekend. Maybe he had it. Well, I've seen it. That's a new helmet there. So he's fifth at the moment. So for the McLaren driver. And what about RU Racing then in the Racing Point making his debut as well? We're keeping on RU Racing as well. Physico goes up into 7th position moment in the Renault Car 14. And just in front of Physico is Wee John in the Haas. See you there, Mark. Ta-da. And yeah, so Haas, the Haas F1 driver now up into 6th position. And what else is going on at the moment? We've got Yo flying in Sector 2 at the moment. Hopefully, what is that? I think it's Roscoe. I think it's Roscoe, isn't it? Just cruising around out there at the moment on the in the Red Bull. Oh, and that's why there's a McLaren. It is just getting a bit slower there. Oh, there's blimey, it is hot, isn't it? Blimey, yeah, this is not fun weather at all for gingers at the moment. I must admit. Outside, inside, it doesn't matter. I feel like a hog roast. Maybe I should be put on a stick or something. Anyway, he's just on board with RU Racing. He's just completing his lap now in the Racing Point. Super Steve is on an out lap as well. Of course, the only man going on the hard tires, interestingly enough, is Energy Dan in the Ferrari. Anyway, RU Racing now car 9. RU Racing. I think Ericsson was the last car 9, and he comes across the line. He goes fastest at the moment on a 1:33.2 at the moment. And that's it. That's a good time. That's a very good time, isn't it, from RU Racing? Bro Gorilla looking very good as well up there in 2nd position. So really, some really decent times. Here comes Double, of course. Mr. Consistent. Oh, getting very close there. Of course, he's run out of errors there, but he goes up to 5th position. I'll tell you what, Double is looking very good on this game this year. Unfortunately, one man who's not in this session at the moment, and I think I might have missed I've probably missed the announcement really, which is nothing new. It's almost like at work. I always miss the emails here, left, right, and centre. But I don't think Snap, who I must admit is the most improved driver so far. Absolutely phenomenal race in Bahrain. In Bahrain, Snap did. He was flying out there on board of Azdog at the moment. Azdog as well. I feel that we touched on it earlier on in the pre-show, didn't we, about Azdog? Oh, I love the helmet there. That's a cracking helmet that is from Azdog. Brilliant. I love it. I get really excited as we're just on board with Azdog as he's coming down and into the hairpin now. Azdog is now accelerating away, and where is he going to come? He is about to finish off the lap, as you can see, and he comes across the line. What is Azdog doing? Of course, Azdog has been phenomenal in qualifying this year, and look at that, very close to RU Racing at the moment. As I think we just had a couple of comments. I'll have a look at that in just a few moments. I just want to see what Roscoe does, and then we'll cut to the comments. I see him flash up in the corner, but to be honest, I haven't got YouTube on at the moment. I looked at the first comments, and then I just closed the app, which is very. To be honest, I'm a man who likes to save my battery. Roscoe goes across the line, and of course he's fastest as well. Roscoe, another man like Azdog, who has been really, and that's a great time from Roscoe. Look at that, 0.8 of a second quicker than the Racing Point there. Roscoe there looking very good here. It's out of the block straight away. Jonathan on a quick lap past his Super Steve. We're just going to run on board Jonathan, and of course Dan Murphy has just said that. Good luck to not that bad, and he's also I think I said Berg instead of Burgess. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I get rattled, you see, quite easily. You know it's the heat. I'm going to blame everything on the heat tonight. I'm not a summer man at all. To be honest, I've got the body of an Eskimo, really. I should just stay in the snow and, stay in my igloo. Anyway, Jonathan Cox there coming around the final corner now. And you can see staying well within the limits. And what does Jonathan do? He goes at third fastest at the moment at 1:33.1 at the moment. Good stuff. What about Super Steve coming across the line as well in that Racing Point? And he is about to start a lap now then. So I think he might... sorry, he's up into 15th position. But we're losing one driver from the first qualifying session. We have... it's kind of going to be like the walk of shame, isn't it? Like if anyone remembers the weakest link. So really, you don't want that, do you? At the moment, in the final spot is Energy Dan at the moment in the Ferrari. as 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 a Super C is a 15th position mode. And of course Kumquat, of course the defender, the champion of last season, of course always likes to give me some well, I don't think he gives me stick, does he? Well, I reckon he does. He loves it, don't he? Of course Prize Kumquat giving us some the good old, I love this slider. It's great banter, it really is. I do love a bit of Alan Partridge. Anyway, on board with Timmy now, who is in the Merc. As you can see, he's coming around the front corner. I love this shot of the front wing here. As you can see, the front wings are a lot more simplified at the moment. Tim does not improve, though. He's 8/10 of a second down. Maybe he's just trying to get himself dialed in at the moment. So let's take stock. As let's take stock of the race order, well, the qualifying order. At the moment, Roscoe is setting the pace, and to be honest, no, this is a pun. It is hot pace, isn't it? Absolutely roasting pace as well from Roscoe at the moment. He's a class of one at the moment, Roscoe. He's loving this game, isn't he? As I said though, him and Ransdog really shouldn't be that far down the title in the championship as it stands. I think they've had a bit of a they've probably been a bit unlucky. I feel that of course that massive crash in Australia, blimey, that was an awful crash, and somehow there was no safety car, which is a bit bewildering. Physico on, of course, on the soft tyres. He's done 4 laps on the soft tyres. Man, go very wide there, very wide indeed. Let's take a look at Wee John now then. So Wee John, let's take a look and see what he's doing there. So a bit of scouting now, isn't it, for the super drivers to see how these new drivers are feeding in and stuff like that. So no pressure, Wee John. I must admit, when I made my debut in IRC, I kind of always used to mute the stream, because if I ever heard myself, I used to get very nervous and then used to run wide. So I hope I don't make Wee John nervous. To be honest, he doesn't sound like a nervous guy at all in the chat. He's got into it straight away, hasn't he? Wee John. So he fit in quite nicely in this league. So really look forward to seeing what Wee John can do, and he hopefully will become a regular as well in the Haas. At the moment, then he was a couple of tenths up in the first step to car 46 in the Rich Energy. The well, I don't think it's Rich Energy anymore. Is it Lightning Volt or something like that? I think it is. So it's a bit shady, isn't it? This Rich Energy stuff. And the tweets over the British Grand Prix were absolutely gold, really, weren't they? It was great to, probably not from a Haas's point of view, but it was definitely interesting to read, wasn't it? We got 2 DRS zones around the magnificent Shanghai circuit. We got one on the back straight here, because it's the longest straight in Formula 1, I believe. For 1.2 kilometers, I think it's 1.2. I always get mixed up with because I think Fuji used to be 1.5, didn't it? But I think it's so I used to get it mixed up. Lovely camera shot there, almost destroying the camera shot there. Wee John is. Wee John comes across the line. What's he doing? He's improved by a tenth of a second now, so he's really getting himself dialed in. Remember, this is the first qualifying session. We are going to lose one driver. Who is that driver going to be at the moment? Well, Energy Dan is on the cusp, but remember, he is on the hard compound tire, so he is now on the soft compound tire. So he's now taken two types of compound difference. Of course, 2 steps of compound difference. So he's going to feel an awful lot of energy. Look at the heat haze out there. We seen the heat haze last night, didn't we? In the Elite League, it was wet to begin with, and then it went to then it was dry, like virtually very quickly. So it seems like Shanghai is a bit like Britain at the moment, very stormy, isn't it? I know. I think we might have a storm coming later on tonight as well. So yeah, if I rush off around 10 o'clock, that means that there's a storm brewing. Anyway, Energy Dan then goes across the line, and what's he doing? And he pops himself up to 9th position there. Good time there for Energy Dan. 3 seconds quicker than he was on the hard tire. That is not all Delta. That is also to do with track evolution as well. So of course, the track at the moment is fairly green out there. Of course, we call it a green track because not literally because it's green. As Broke Gorilla comes in the pit, so we're just taking a look. We're on board with Broke Gorilla. As you can see, then the entry to the pit lane. Of course, if you watched the elite stream last night, I am still a bit salty about what happened in 2007 there with Hamilton. So yeah, but now it used to be a gravel track there. Of course, Maldonado also visited the gravel track there and practiced one year. I think it was 2014 or 15. He did not have a very good practice there either, because I think he also had a very interesting spin trying to adjust the car. As you can see, Wee John there coming to the pits there, attacking the line there, getting himself ready for the race course, where you gain a lot of time there, don't you, in the coming into the pit. And it's a good art to have, a really good art indeed. You will gain, I reckon you'll gain at least a second there. If you, I must admit, when I started to when I tried to take it seriously. I knew that I wasn't quick, but I must admit, when I did have a quick look at the what was going on in the races, some of the drivers were very cautious to the race to the pit stop line. Of course, it's a 5-second penalty straight away, a 5-second stop-and-go penalty, I believe. So yeah, which really does hurt your race time quite a bit. So yeah, you can gain quite a lot of time there, and I feel that since I must admit my consistency was awful in races, I usually just drop back. So yeah, making a time on the pit lane entry is a very handy thing to do. We're on board Super Steve now in the racing point at the moment. His teammate RU Racing looking fairly confident. We've only seen one lap of RU Racing at the moment, but he's in there straight away, isn't he? So in there like swimwear, RU Racing is. So doing a very good job up in the fourth position moment. So at the moment, Super Steve is on the cusp. He's 8/10 of a second down. So Physico is out there as well as he's trying to defend himself. We got just over 2 minutes to go. And this is where it's going to really heat up at the moment. Then it's Super Steve, and it's coming through the first couple of corners and accelerates on the way down out of turn 3. Then and he's coming up to the kink of 4, and now coming into turn 6, and he's braking just before the 50-meter board. This is where Ricardo had probably one of the best overtakes you'll see. Really, as his famous quote is, "A lick the stamp and sent in." He definitely did that. You can see these corners now with the long chicanes. This is what's really cause awful tyre temperatures, and this will also cause thermal degradation, tyre wear. And so yeah, Super Steve now coming onto the back straight now. Then, but just before he does, he's 4/10 of a second up. He needs to gain at least 3 and a bit tenths of a second there, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in Formula 1 terms, it's a huge amount, isn't it? So yeah, you got an awful lot to gain there, aren't you? As now he's hitting the DRS. He's a bit slow on the DRS. He hasn't even opened DRS. So Super Steve out there. So I think he was trying to adjust the car there, wasn't he? I think there's a lot to do in these cars, isn't it? It's so you need a lot of you need to drive the car quick. You need to also be aware of what you need to change. You need to get DRS on the go. There's a lot to do in this. Whoa, we got a bit of lag there. So great stuff from Super Steve there, and he's jumped out to 14th. Great time there. That means that Dave is now going to come out of the pits now. He is on an outlap at the moment. He has got Gorilla has retired from the session, but I think he's just retired in the pits. I'm just making sure that his daughter hasn't arrived just yet. So because Gorilla then, of course, as we said earlier on the show. So his daughter is due any time in the next day or two. And so as Dave's just about to start us up, but you can see Physico is 9/10 of a second up. That is going to get him well comfortably in the drop zone at the moment. Super Steve might have to charge. Well, he ain't going to have enough time to charge, is he? He's going to need to be really on it quite well. Look how much ERS that Physico shoots. He's down to no ERS there. Is this going to cost him time? He's 9/10 of a second up. We've got no more time left in the first qualifying session, and we got so then. Oh, excuse me. As now he's coming across the line, and as what is Physico doing? And he look at this, and no ERS, and lovely shot there, and he goes up to 11th, and to only gain 2 tenths there with literally no ERS there. Good stuff from Physico, phenomenal. What about Super Steve then? He's 6/10 of a second down, so it's all up to Dave. Dave with the beautiful helmet here, and that reminds me of the Malaysian flag there for Dave. So of course we all missed the Malaysian Grand Prix. Well, I certainly do anyway. So it was a good racetrack, wasn't it? It's unfortunate it dropped off the calendar. Hopefully we'll be back on fairly soon. We'd like to see it back on there as well. Of course, we're going to well, we'll talk about all the future stuff in a minute, because more importantly, Dave is on a hot lap here, and I think Steve is now unfortunately in the pit, so he ain't gonna be able to respond. So it's all down to Dave. Dave is gonna be the man that could knock out Super Steve here, and John should be safe. So he will be safe. It's between Dave and Steve now then for the man who's going to get knocked out of Q1. DRS wide open and breaking down into turn 13 then the hairpin, then here is turn 14. It's a nothing corner really, isn't it? Now into the final turn 15, and what's he doing then? He clips the apex beautifully well there. Doesn't run too wide. He's under brilliant control there, and he's in the 32, and that is right up into second position there on the par of his teammate there. So Red Bull 1-2 at the as we end the first qualifying session here in Shanghai. And good stuff from Dave. Really His second lap, much more confident, wasn't it? A good track evolution there. As we got a comment, and it's negative flecked there, flecked, or yeah. I need a tablet. I think my eyes are going. Well, he just said nice. So yeah, it was a very nice lap as well from Dave. Very good indeed. So he's on the front wheel with Roscoe at the moment. But remember, this session we're only losing one car. That one car is unfortunately Super Steve. So that's unfortunate for Super Steve. But of course, he will only get better and better. Of course, it's all about confidence in this game. Well, it's any sport really, isn't it? It's about confidence, carrying the speed through the fast corners, hitting your braking points. And that is it for qualifying 1 then. As this is also a great challenge for me to take a drink, wet my whistle, as we're going to get prepared now for Q2. Sorry for me gulping away there. To be honest, I don't even know where I used to have a mute button on this microphone, but it broke. So I'm a bit too scared to push the what remains of the mute button, just in case I get muted permanently, which I must admit I think a lot of you would love that. It's out there. Anyway, yeah, so we're just taking a reflect there. As Super Steve was only 2 tenths off Wee John there at the moment, so very close there, Super Steve. I think that it was a bit unfortunate there, wasn't it? If he's got himself maybe if he just waited a couple more seconds longer, he would have had better track evolution perhaps, and would have snuck through there. But good effort there from Super Steve. And of course, points don't get 1 in qualifying, you only get 1 in the race. So as we're getting ready for qualifying 2 now, and let me just quickly get me old telemetry up so I look like an expert, or vaguely. And now we're losing the 5 drivers in this session, but not only that, the important thing is, apologies to all you viewers who are regular viewers who like know the rules quite well, but we do have new viewers all the time. We've got 13 having a look at seeing what's going on in the world of IRC. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying this coverage, and to be honest, it's only going to get better and better as the race goes on. You can see an awful lot of tire smoke in the background there, and someone's very eager to get out there. But yeah, as we were just mentioning, so in this session, what we're doing is we're aiming to line up the grid from 11th to 15th now. We know 16th, which is Super Steve, so that's unfortunate for Super Steve. But to be honest, I got to say though, even if you get knocked out for qualifying 1, you still got a job to do. Just keeping an eye on what people's racing lines are and things like that. You can really learn a thing or two with what's going on out there. So yeah, that's keeping an eye on the monitor really. Cool. So hopefully Super Steve is joining us on the live stream, and hopefully we can have a bit of input from him as well then in what's going on out there, the track. What's the track like? Of course, as Martin Brundle usually says, the track is a living thing, isn't it? Of course, it evolves all the time, and of course, at the end of the racing weekend is usually where it's optimal. Anyway, yeah, as dogs out there at the moment. But yeah, let me get back to the rules. So you can see I get myself distracted quite easily. So of course we're lining up the grid from 11th to 15th. But the top 10, as you can see, Asdol there, just making adjustments on the steering wheel there, brilliant stuff. But the top 10 will have to start on the tyres, which they qualify on the exact qualifying tyres. The exact tyres. So it's not as Asdol there doing a bit of weaving now, trying to get some tyre temperature into those medium compound. And so, for example, if Asdog sets his fastest time on these medium tyres, he has to start on those exact sets. So, if you do 2 laps on them, then that's going to be a lap extra worth of wear. You don't want. Asdog is now coming through and starting the lap now. So you can see the finish line's a different place to start line. That's because I think it's because of the stewards. The stewards' room is usually positioned next to the finishing line, just in case there's a dead heat or anything like that. Well, that was the thing, and that's what David Croft said one time, and it's always stuck with me, because that was one question that really used to stick in my mind, especially the track Manicure, if anyone remember that track, last race in 2008. I did like the original Manicure, they did a lot of amendments to it towards the end, didn't it, really? And I just prefer the original one, really. Sometimes the tracks are best to be left alone, really. And but yeah, and the finish line was always literally just out of the final corner, and Asdog going very leery out of turn. I think that was turn 9 or 10. I think I'm strong with the corner numbers around here this show. I don't know what's wrong. Yeah, I might have to get out the old trap map in a minute, and because I think I'm getting these corner numbers wrong. It doesn't feel right to me. Anyway, we're on board with Asdog. He's coming now down the back straight. DRS is not enabled because I think he's he's still on it. He wasn't. According to the telemetry, we didn't have a good shot at the DRS, so maybe the telemetry is just a bit slow there. But Asdog wasn't certainly on it when he crossed the line. Now was he? That's going to lose him a bit of time now. Anyway, coming through the final sector now, Asdog is about to complete his lap. What's he going to do? Of course, these times are on the medium compound tire. He's done a 34.3 there for Asdog. We got a Toro Rosso in the background. We've also got a Toro Rosso coming out the pits as well. We haven't got a Toro Rosso at all. We got Sven who comes out. Of course, Sven is improving all the time. He's a racer, isn't he? At the back end of last season, he was top 10 material. Matt goes into pole position at the moment. 33.7 there from Matt. And that should be safe. 10 minutes to go with the of the second qualifying session at the moment. We're just watching Matt, who's just navigating through turn 2 and 3. Yellow flag in sector 2. Just taking a look to see who's out there. Timmy's about to finish his lap. Physico's about to start his lap. Just having a quick gander out there, seeing what's going on. So Timmy's about to finish his lap then. So here comes the Mercedes driver making his debut. Car 80 there. Look at that. Within track limits. That is beautiful. That was a perfect turn there. And he's on the soft compound tire. So really, he's making the drivers think about what they need to do. Wee John goes 7th fastest, but not that bad up to first position with a 33.2 at the moment. Of course, he is looking absolutely peerless in the opening stage of the championship, isn't he? Of course, he was the favourite coming into the season, and he hasn't buckled under the pressure at all, has he? So looking very good at the moment, not that bad. And yeah, so at the moment he's got quite a nice lead in the championship. So yeah, he's got he hasn't got over no, he hasn't, has he? Because it's 25 points between himself and 26 points between himself and John. So it's a healthy buffer if things don't go his way. But of course, you kind of don't plan for a non-finish, do you? Especially with the points that are down from first to 10th in this new, not in this newish era of Formula 1. Of course, back in 2010, they decided to amend the points. Physico is coming through the final corner now, and you can see that he's also keeping it well within track limits. That racing point going flying through there. Physico goes 8th fastest because just behind him was RU Racing there. He is looking like a star, isn't he? RU Racing car 9, looking very good indeed, isn't he? He's looking confident in that racing point. I'm really looking forward to see what he can do. Of course, Energy Dan is out there at the moment in the front. I say McLaren just getting out of his way. Broke Gorilla out there as well. But let's take a look at Energy Dan in the Ferrari. His teammate Jonathan is on it, opening up at the moment. Energy Dan on the hard compound tires. He's really liking these harder compound tires. Well, he comes flying into the pit. So almost doing a Hamilton there. Well, he did do a Hamilton there, but unfortunately, there's no gravel there anymore. I wish there was no gravel there back in 2007. Anyway, what was Jonathan there? As you can see, yellow flag in sector 3. That is just Harry getting out of the way in the McLaren. Of course, unfortunately, no Penny this tonight either. As Jonathan there goes into a 32.9 there. Really, that is raising the roof, isn't it, from Jonathan? Brilliant stuff indeed. So yeah, he's I think he's definitely made not that bad sit up and take notice. Definitely, he's made a lot of drivers sit up and take notice of that. Well, as Broke is out there now, as he is just about to complete his lap at the moment, and we still got 5 drivers who haven't set a time yet. And you can look at these, look at this. And we've got medium tires for the majority of them. We've got a hard tire for Harry. We've also got a soft tire for Wheat John, and Broke Gorilla there using the track, and then some. And he goes across the line on the 35 there. So look how close it is between Wheat John and Broke. I think Broke might be disappointed at that. He's got 7 minutes to go though, so Broke has left himself plenty of time to sort it out. You see, it's a very frustrating corner, isn't it? Turn 1 and 2, very frustrating indeed. And if you steam in there, you're going to lose so much time there, because it's just a never-ending corner, isn't it? Just keeps turning, and turning. Fizco coming into the pits. Harry is on the hard compound tyre. Is he having another crack at the moment? Also in car 2, of course, flying the flag for Van Dorn, isn't he? Harry is, of course. Van Dorn used to be car 2, didn't he, before he made the trip over to Formula E. And you see then Harry then he's just coming back in the pits. Then we got Timmy out there on an outlap at the moment. Bro Gorilla is just coming in the pits, just on an in-lap, sorry. So Dave, Roscoe, Energy Dan, and Double all on a set of time yet. Double is usually out there quite early, isn't he? So Double probably just chilling at the moment, getting himself maybe just changing tack a bit. Of course, Double has been in the top 10, hasn't he? Quite a fair few times recently. So really becoming a very good qualifier, isn't he? Double is, and of course he's usually won the especially when there's a high attrition race like Azerbaijan, which is where we're going to next week, everyone. So of course the Elite League and Super will be going to Baku next race. So of course join us then for the same time, but we're getting ahead of ourselves again, aren't we? We got to get through China first, haven't we? And if it's anything like last night, it's going to be a very difficult journey out there, isn't it, for all these drivers? As no, just watching Timmy Lang just coming through to complete his outlap. So of course the outlap is very important, because you want to get those tires in optimum window ready to go. So here comes Timmy then. He is now starting his lap then. We're on board with him. He's used 30%. He's used 6% of his energy ERS already. Tim has. He's coming into turn 1 and 2 at the moment. As you can see, turn 1 and 2 very difficult, isn't it? Now coming into turn 3 again. Jones, this is usually where they clash, don't they? And now exiting away then. And I'm coming up to, I'm sure that this is turn 5 and 6, to be honest, because I'm thinking that they classify turn 4 as the final end of turn 3, really, into turn 6 and accelerating away now nicely. And now coming up to the fast 7 and 8. Of course, this is one of the corners where the tyres take a pounding, don't they, with the thermal degradation in the tyres there. Is really hurts. It just really does hurt and causes a lot of tyre wear. And so now they're coming into the double left-hander here then. As you can see, they're much faster on the second double, on the second right-hander there. Now coming into the finish, the second sector. He's a 10th down, Tim is. He's got, I wonder if he might have abandoned the slap and come in. Lovely helmet as well there. Beautiful bit of white and purple. I'm loving that indeed. And now you can see then another very long bang to right-hander then onto the back straight then. Jonathan just commented on the stream then. He's happy with his lap. It was a stonker of a lap, wasn't it, from Jonathan? Really setting the track alight out there, even though the track looks quite hot anyway, doesn't it? So what's Tim do? Is he going to come to the pits, or is he going to stay out and have another go? Because I think he's been strong with hers, but he's done very well in his deployments in this lap. Really, and he does come in the pits, and so yeah, Tim there just I don't think he was too happy with the car, well, the way the car was acting out there. Really, as on board with Energy Dan now, who hasn't set time yet. He's on the medium compound tire. His teammate is on a 32.9 at the moment. Of course, Energy Dan, one of the more recent recruitments, hasn't he? And I think again, like any of our debutants, what say, it's all about just getting yourself used to league racing and just embedding yourself into a competition, because it's completely different to career. As you got, of course, the drivers react differently. So you can see Toro Rosso in the background there, just getting themselves ready, and I think it was Bro Gorilla actually in the background there in an unfinished mode. So he is out of the top 10 shootout. Energy Dan then coming across the line. We're back on board the Ferrari. What's he going to do? He comes across the line. He goes 10 faster. So almost going over onto the grass here. So he has time just about. He's going to get motor. He's going to need to get motor at the moment. Dave is out there at the moment. Roscoe's out there as well. But Double, what is he doing? And Double 15th at the moment in the Rocket Williams, and he's coming in now. He's coming across the line. And you can see he's Double there doing a very good job there. Third position for Double. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic stuff for Double. And he did a very clever thing there. You can see he straightened his line to the finish line. So he didn't follow the racing line there. He went straight. Of course, you do that in Canada as well, don't you? So very, very well done for Double. He's a very experienced driver now. Of course, one of the most experienced in IRC history. And he's using his expertise, isn't he? And really, he is qualifying pace, as we said earlier on, is really starting to become something to behold. So yeah, keep an eye on Double. He has got himself right in the mix, hasn't he? And I think that's going to really going to force a couple of people's hands out there, isn't it? Just on board with Broke at the moment. He is, I think he's on his quick lap. He's look at that, he's 602nd down the road. Ooh, bit of correction there. He had to take 2 bites of the chair there as Harry in the foreground there just going through. Of course, there's a long banked right hander there. Oh, the back end are almost steering out. So now Carter Kane had an awful crash there in 2005, didn't he? Of course, in the Jordan, awful crash there. We've also had Mark Webber almost take flight there as well. You can see we've got a Ferrari in the foreground. I think that's Energy Dan because Jonathan is sat in the pits. He's quite content. Oh, and look, and double there, fighting the car, wrestling the car there. So yeah, but Broke there really on the, and he's in the pit. So Broke, I think, is out of qualifying, as is we John. That's a shame there. Well, Dave is just started us up. Roscoe is at the moment at the bottom of the timesheets. But he's on a quick lap now. He's on the medium compound tyre. In the drop zone at the moment, we have Harry, we have Physico. Energy Dan's also is out of qualifying at the moment, so he's on the cusp. So he needs to get motor as well. Timmy is in the pits at the moment. Sven is out there as well. So just trying to defend his position in the Haas. So what does Roscoe do is he's coming across the line. Of course, Roscoe, most of his career has been the McLaren, of course, making the jump to Red Bull this season. The first time he's been powered by a different energy other than Mercedes, and he goes second fastest. And look how close that is. This is phenomenal stuff. That is to a thousandth of a second, that is. So that is 3 thousandths of a second. So you can't do literally nothing in 3 thousandths of a second. So that is incredible. That is the time that's separating Jonathan and Roscoe at this stage. As we're on board with Dave, then is a lovely over the shoulder shot here of Dave, who is of course in the Red Bull. So at the moment we've got Wee John out, we've got Broke Grill out, unfortunately. Physico is about to respond, isn't he? Energy Dan is out there as well. He's done 2 laps on the medium tyres, so those tyres are going to be well past their best. Oh, Harry's out! Harry is out, so he's not happy with his time now, is he? And that's a big. So Harry is in major trouble in the McLaren. As what about Dave? He comes across the line. He is looking very good this weekend. Very good indeed. He's 4th fastest. Good stuff from Dave. As Energy Dan comes across the line, does he improve? He's a 10th. He's improved by a 10th, but that's not enough. He's got 4 seconds to go. He can have another crack if he likes, but he's going to be. He's really under the cosh now, so I think Energy Dan might be able to pull something special out the bag. It's Physico who's the last man to drop Timmy out of contention. Now then, as you can see, then coming out into the long right-hander, then you see onto the back straight. This is the turn 12. This is, you can see, it's banked, isn't it? And it's a really good feeling when you nail that corner perfectly. I love it. Anyway, coming down then the back straight, and DRS is there. He's activated. He's got 9%. You can see, look, the ERS is getting ticked down. He's almost out of deployment as well. He will be out of deployment before the end of the straight. Then remember, the deployment there is gives you the power output of a family saloon, so that's quite a lot of power, isn't it? Yellow flag in sector 3. I think it's just and Matt goes fast as a flying tie there from Matt, just really putting the marker on it. Physico goes 4th fastest, and it's dropped Timmy out of top 10. What about Energy Dan then? Sven is just about to complete. Sorry, it's 4/10 to a second up. Sven is, so he's just about to cement his position. So the only man that's left now out there to knock Adstock. Adstock is dropped down to 10th here. So what is Energy Dan doing then? He is on. Well, he's a bit slow on DRS there, but he's still. I think he's on the lowest form of the ERS there. So I think that's it then. So qualifying is done and dusted then for Q2 anyway, and we've lost Timmy, who is now 11th position. Harry is 12th. 13th is Energy Dan. So he comes in the pits. We John in 14th and Gorilla in 15th. Unfortunately, we seen Gorilla. He was resting that car, wasn't he? Towards the end of the lap there, wasn't he? I think that's unfortunately cost him almost a second there, didn't it? Towards the end, Matt there really getting a good time in towards the end of the session there. And when I say a good time, that's a phenomenal time, amazing time there from Matt. So Matt Pole. Jonathan second, a quality lap there from Jonathan as well. He is very happy with that. Huge respect to Ross there. What a lap, mate. That was from Jonathan to Ross. Of course, Ross is now up into 3rd position. Physico in 4th, not that bad 5th. Dave is in 6th position. 7th position is double once again, making the Q3 appearance. Are you racing the top of the debutants in 8th position? He's looking comfortable there, isn't he? Still in 9th position. And 10th position is Sven. Oh no! And I was wondering why Sven dropped down. And look, he's done a hurricane. Unfortunately, you can see he's actually rolling back there. Sven is going to be out of qualifying. He's qualified in the top 10, but he would not take part in Q3. Well, that's a disappointing then for Sven there, isn't it? Because he got himself in the 9th position. Then yeah, he spun at the exit of 12 there, but it looks on the banked corner. Ooh. You don't need to go to the gym in this one. All we're going to do is sit and talk about F1. Well, that's for me anyway. Blimey. Anyway, out of qualifying, Sven, who was in through to the top 10, is unfortunately crashed. Then we got Timmy, Harry, Energy Dan, Wee John, and Broke Gorilla. Oh my gosh, it is pretty it's pretty warm outside, isn't it? You can see then. I'm a proper Englishman, and I just I moan about the weather, whether it's cold, whether it's hot. So you can see it's the top 9 now rather than the top 10, unfortunately, as Sven the safety car comes out of the pits. Brilliant stuff. So Bert Mylander obviously has got bored and wants to go out and have a lap himself. So that's interesting. I'm hoping that I just was seeing things as we got Asdog comes out of the pitch, Jonathan out of the pits as well. We got Double is out there straight away. So of course Double once again in Q3. I tell you what, Double has done very Snap and Double, I think, in this game have been absolutely phenomenal. It's really good to see. I think Ross, it's great to see actually. It's an Asdog there under the under the screen there. Yeah, I gotta say though, and that is the safety car out there. I'm not sure why, but the safety car is out there. I think that obviously, well, this is interesting. As I said, Burnt Mylander just Double's got to be careful here. Oh my gosh! Maybe not. Double doesn't care about the Burnt Mylander. So yeah, maybe I'm just seeing things. Maybe Double didn't see that at all. But my gosh, that would have been it. Because I think we've had safety car incidents before, haven't we? Heupfeld almost had a scary accident with a safety car back in Brazilian Grand Prix 2002, I think, in the Sauber. I think it was Enrique Benodi had an awful crash out of the centre S's, didn't they? And he come steaming around there. But yeah, oh blimey, I thought that was going to be. I really thought that was the end for Double. I'm glad he's still in this, and I'm glad he's raring to go with 10 minutes to go. So yeah, as I was saying, but I gotta say, this season has been phenomenal. I must admit, I've shouted praises for Snap. He's done phenomenal, but Double as well. Of course, I've been saying how quick he is in qualifying. But Roscoe looking very good. Matt has really upped his game this season as well. Dave's been unlucky, but Dave has certainly got some pace. Jonathan, of course, has always had pace, hasn't he? In the final couple of races last season and this season as well. So Jonathan, I think, is just a natural born racer, isn't he? Asdog is looking phenomenal in this game as well. Double going having a bit of understeer into turn 2 there. Physico looking a strong contender. Harry looking good as well. Harry had a great race, didn't he? Back in Bahrain, I think it was. And of course, Harry Race making his debut. And he's looking very good in the IRC this season. So yeah, basically, basically what I said there. I just underlined all the drivers have on this game. I think is suiting them down to a T, isn't it? So this game, I think, has made it much more balanced, hasn't it? Really, and I'm really enjoying this. You can't really, I was going to say you can't really tell who's going to win the race, but I must admit, not bad has just been. Tornes has been driving really well, hasn't he? But he's got a lot of contenders snap at his heels, hasn't he? Jonathan Cox is one of them. It's IRC Racer that's looking very handy behind the wheel, isn't he? As well, and of course we've got an almighty battle, haven't we, for the mid to lower end points as well. And to be honest, Asdog and Roscoe hasn't really shown their true form yet, have they? Anyway, enough about what we think is going to happen, because to be honest, I don't really know nothing. And Double N coming, we're on board. Double N is coming down the back straight. There's Jonathan Cox in the background in the Rocket Williams. Now into the hairpin there. Double doing a beautiful job there. We got a Red Bull in the foreground there. It is, I think it might be, well, it's one of the Red Bulls. So that's the entertainment of the weekend so far. Well, the week so far. Double goes fast at the moment. Well, Jonathan's looking very, very good in this stage, and he's done a 32-0. A good time there from Jonathan. Very good time indeed, actually. Good stuff. Physico's in the pits at the moment, so he's just. Oh, Asdog is Coming out of the pits now. I don't know how stock is gone second fastest. I think it's my game has gone a bit knackered on there. Oh, a bit like that. Matt has gone second fastest then on a 32.5 there. He's half a second away from Jonathan. Asdog third. He wasn't in the pit, so you know, just I think they're just making sure that I'm on my I'm just being kept on my toes there, and I'm not waffling on about the pass. Are you racing? Look at that, he's second and almost on the front row on his debut on the front row. Right then, are you brilliant? Oh, lovely shot there. I'm loving that. Amazing stuff. To be honest, I do appreciate a good camera shot as well. And I think that. I think that some of the camera shots do definitely show how monstrous these cars can be. Roscoe is second and really challenging Jonathan at the moment. Not that bad. It's just gone fast on a 31.94. Not that bad. He is on pole position so far, and he's the first man to get into the 139s there. Car 95 in the Mercedes at the moment. Well, Dave, and as he comes across the line then, and the Aston Martin Red Bull is staying well within track limits there, Davis, and he's out of deployment, but he's very close there, very close indeed then, just under a tenth of a second. So Dave really putting some pedal to the metal down there, as wow, that is blimey, that is it does interesting stuff there. Wow. Blimey. Well done, Dave. Really almost got me out my seat there, Dave. Very close to stealing that position off not that bad, just over a tenth then away. So then let's just take a quick look as it stands then, as we got the safety car still out there at the moment. I'm just chilling. So yeah, so not that bad as fastest, but Dave is hot on his heels, isn't he? That's the front row. Jonathan third, fourth is Roscoe, fifth is RU Racing, sixth is Matt, seventh is Asdog. Asdog might I think that Matt and Asdog have still got something in the locker. Oh my gosh, did Dave hit the car? I was expecting to go through like double did, but I hope he hadn't damaged his car there. Oh, I didn't see any debris come off there. It's to be honest, can the drivers actually see the safety car? I don't really know, to be honest. He's still got his end plate, so he's all good. That's good news. So yeah, we're all good. Don't worry, guys. He's fine. His car's intact. Oh my gosh. So yeah, Burt Mylander just having the time of his life out there. So I suppose we better classify Burt Mylander out there, aren't we? I think he's just replacing Sven, isn't he? So not so yeah, not that bad. Fastest Dave second, Jonathan third, Roscoe fourth, RU fifth, Matt in sixth position, seventh position is Asdog, eighth position is Double. Ninth position is, as you can see, Dave has just run out of fuel there. Ninth position mode is Physico, and 10th position is Burnt Mylander in the safety car. As he's replacing Sven. To be honest, I'd rather have Sven. No disrespect to Burnt Mylander, but yeah, I think Sven would definitely add a bit more interest to this Q3, definitely. But we do have 9 very competitive drivers out there and 1 safety car. I never thought I'd say that. Physico is just again chin the pits. Physico, I must admit, a very car man, isn't he? He really likes to he just likes to he doesn't like to likes to just make sure the track is at its optimal window, and he just wants to yeah, get himself yeah, just get himself out there and ready to go when the track's at its optimal performance. So as you can see then, so we've got 4 minutes to go, and all these guys then have got one more run. Who is going to get on? Who's going to be fastest? Who's going to be on the front row here in China? In the past, I think the pole position in the front row hasn't really meant much in China, I must admit. It's usually one of the more exciting races in the F1 calendar. Just ignore that 1000 race. Blimey, that was a difficult watch, wasn't it? So now Jonathan's starting his lap, and look at that, flying into turn 1 there. Absolutely full commitment there on from Jonathan's point of view. And now then coming next in turn 3 now, as Jonathan now just coming to sector 1 then. Look at that. Do you see up in the top right hand corner, 8,000 of a second down? Jonathan is really on it, isn't he? He is on the absolute limit. Let's go on board with him, shall we? In the Scala Ferrari then. And I tell you what, maybe he needs to replace Vettel for this season. He might do a better job. Now we're on board with him then. He's coming now into end sector 2. What's he doing? He is a 10th up. Look at that, 111 up. That is incredible, isn't it? That just shows when you're on it where your first lap. Oh, he's gone wide. That is lost in time there from Jonathan, and that is a big shame. Is he going to? Oh, he's lost it completely. He's very good control. Brilliant control there from the Ferrari driver. Keeping that. Oh, and unfortunately, he put to lovely bit of drifting there from Jonathan, and doing a very good job to get off the road. Well done to Jonathan. Good stuff. To keep himself out of the way. So very, very nicely done there. But unfortunately, from his point of view, though, that is going to cost him. That is unfortunately cost him a run. Is he going to go into the pits, or is he going to come, or is he going to? Has he got enough time to come into the pits? I think it's going to be touch and go for once, because a fast lap around here is a minute and a half, isn't it? That's 90 seconds. That's quite a long lap, isn't it? And so really, he's only got 30 seconds to get in, get back out. I don't think he's going to. Riley Racing going very wide there, very wide indeed. Then coming into the very long right hander here. You can see then. I must admit, I do love this corner. Yellow flag in free. I think that's just guys backing up. So are you racing then? As he's down the back straight then. As he's powering up then up the gears. He's up to 8th gear then. He's up to 204, 5, 6 miles an hour then. 7 miles an hour. He got up to 7 miles an hour then before braking hard down into the hairpin, accelerating away now nicely. Taking a bit of the outside curve, beautifully done there. All the track there. That's what you need to do as a racing driver. Oh, lovely camera shot going a bit wide. Then once he does, he comes across the line. He's very close there. He's gained, but he's only 5th fastest there. I say only 5th. That's a quality qualifying session there from IRC Racing. That is good stuff. We have a star in our hands here, folks, as Asdog comes out of the pits, even though I don't think that is he coming out of the pits? I don't think he is. I'm sure he's on the hot lap. I'm waiting for him to jump into sector 2. As you can see, his hand is well, I'm not even sure what he's doing now. Anyway, now he's jumped into sector 2. Asdog is at 400 of a second up. Then we're on board with Asdog then as he's about to oh, double there again, very wide there. As you can see, Asdog coming back up the pit, so he can't decide where he's coming or going. So great stuff. We want to see Asdog's final lap though. As you can see, we've got a safety car there as well. I wonder if the I'm not sure if to be honest, I'm not even sure if I'm seeing the right figure. I think I don't know. I reckon the heat's making me loopy, isn't it? Really, as I never thought I'd be seeing that. Anyway, that's better. Asdog there coming through the hairpin now. Where is he going? He's on a very adventurous. Well, he's on an out lap now. Okay, so I thought he's on a quick lap. Oh dear, I don't know. I think the heat's got to me, hasn't it? Oh, and he's a dead stop there. We'll leave Asdog to do his own thing for a minute, and as we're going to find someone who's on an out lap, on a quick lap at the moment, not a bad, almost on limit. And that's time is up. What about double then here at the moment? It's 10th of a second down. We've got Jonathan in the foreground, in the background now. He is third. He's done his lap. Dave did not come across the line, I don't think. So Dave or Asdog didn't complete their out laps, which means, or they did, but they didn't improve. Asdog is only 7th. Dave is 2nd. Jonathan 3rd. That's not the end of qualifying though, because now Dover's coming down the back straight now. He's in the hairpin. Ziggy dropping out to 2nd gear there. Oh, a bit wide there. He's on the asphalt turf area. It's a bit slippery on the asphalt turf area. Well, Double then coming, and he's in the pit. So Double there's not really feeling it. Matt's feeling it though, isn't he? He's 3 tenths of a second out. What about Roscoe? Let's take a look at Roscoe. Is he coming across the line then? The Ferrari in front of us, but I think that's it. Roscoe's on pole position. Great time for Roscoe. Phenomenal. Look at that. 500ths of a second. Not that bad. It's 2 tenths of a second out. Roscoe might have pinched pole position here, because I think they're not that bad. He's had a pretty poor middle sector there. So it's all about Matt here. Can Matt throw the cat amongst the pigeons here? He comes through the final corner then. You can see they're almost on the limit then, and then you can see he's saved pole position. Matt is on pole position then. A 1-3-1-8 in front of Roscoe. He steals pole position away from Roscoe at the dying seconds of qualifying. Matt on pole. Alongside him is Roscoe. Third position is not that bad. Fourth position is Dave. Fifth position is Jonathan. Sixth position is RU. Great debut from RU. Asdog be disappointed down in seventh position. He's had a very adventurous qualifying, hasn't he? He's been, I think he's been Moilander's best friend. Double in 8th position, and Physico is in 9th position, who didn't come out the garage, which is a bit unfortunate. You do get a fresh set of tyres, so I'm not going to repeat what Matt said in the chat, because I just looked down and all I said was it ended with boob. So Matt on pole position then. So yeah, well done. A good time there from Matt as well. That was a phenomenal time, wasn't it? He had a very good middle sector there. So car 80, the Toro Rosso on pole position. We got all Honda front row. Brilliant stuff. And we're just so Matt taking a lap of honour then. So you can see then is I'm surprised Physico didn't come out of the pits. Is there a problem for Physico? I hope not. So yeah, so a bit of unfortunately Jonathan didn't get a second time in. Not that bad, didn't either, nor did Dave. And I think they could have gone a bit quicker. And oh dear, Roscoe is just twitching there. And oh my gosh, and we have had, oh, that's an awful suspension failure there. And wow. Well, this is a bit of a smashing end to qualifying. I must admit, we did have an absolutely amazing end there, though, didn't we? So it's in the two from. Hopefully, that's not a sign of things to come in the race. I really hope that, because maybe we want to see all these guys get through the first lap unscathed, and we can have a race-long battle. That's what we want to see. And it's stuck on 1 second. Excellent stuff. So unfortunately, you've now got me waffling on now for the next whilst the game gets itself sorted. But as well, this is a lovely shot, isn't it? As the game sorts itself out. But yeah, what a lap from Roscoe, what a lap from Matt. I thought Roscoe took it, and then but Matt there was just his second sector was absolutely phenomenal stuff. As and as John, it has felt like a bit of a difficult qualifying session in terms of safety cars and all sorts, doesn't it? I didn't expect to have a safety car in the and you can see we've got Jonathan Cox there, also just randomly his random name has come up there. So well, this is great stuff, isn't it? Anyway, but it's not that bad. It's just cruising around the mode. Dave is in the pits. We got Jonathan, who is twitching as well. So yeah, all sorts going on out there. I think that I might have missed the memo. So we're having a bit of a party out there at the moment. Great stuff as well. As Jonathan wants to know what's happening. I wish so would tell me. But not that bad. It's now also just driving up to the scene of the accident. And anyway, what's the lovely. So so to be honest, if anyone tuned in to watch a couple of crashes, well, we got some. And there's the safety car. So the safety car just pulling around and just going on its way. So I think we blame Burt Mylander in this situation, shall we? So what's wrong about the law? This qualifying's been absolutely phenomenal stuff. Let's just take a look back at some of the classic races. I must admit, I'm trying to ignore this race from last year from my point of view. I had an alright qualifying. I think I finished qualified 9th actually, and then unfortunately I disconnected. I get disconnected, took out my teammate, and yeah, I had a awful start, dropped down to 12th. Then I disconnected. To be honest, I think that was the first time I really raged on the on league racing, and unfortunately I have a feeling that we're going to have a couple of guys that are hot under the collar as well, and I don't mean about the weather either. There's that's a lovely dancing wheel there from Roscoe there. So yeah, so I think he's had too much Red Bull, hasn't he? So you can see that he's twitching a bit there. So, so you can see there's we got two. We got a Red Bull, we got a Toro, so we got Mercedes, we got Jonathan who's just around the corner as well. Yeah, so yeah, in terms of not Marshall's arm is going to get really tired very quickly. We haven't heard anything about rain in the race as Broker has left the session. And I'm wondering if we're getting a new session set up. Is it got very light all of a sudden, or is that just me? I don't know. I was looking down, to be honest, to just have a quick gander about what's occurring. As Roscoe's car is now twitching to face to just face more of the action. And anyway, as Broke has joined, so he left and joined again. So of course, as we said, Broker it might be a very special afternoon, evening for Broker. Of course, his significant other, his better other, is a better half as well. Is of course expecting the birth of their baby daughter. So really, and Physico has left the session. And I think Physico might be the cause of the problem, unfortunately. And now we're getting ready then for the race, and hopefully Physico can get back in because and Broke Gorilla's left now. And yeah, because Physico didn't get a timing, which is a bit unfortunate there. So yeah, that was an interesting qualifying session, wasn't it? But anyway, we'll come back to all the events in a minute, because I got 25 seconds to go through the top 10. And look at that, 72 a second between Matt and Roscoe. That is your front row. Not that bad as third, but remember, not that bad. It's a very good racer. Fourth position is Dave. Good performance from Dave, but unfortunately didn't make it to have a second go. Jonathan Cox fifth. Are You Racing making his debut right up there in sixth position. Asdog seventh. Double eighth. Physico didn't set a time, and Sven is in 10th position. You see, I love a shot in the media section. When Ted does his notebook, I don't think he did it this year. Did he? Was he in China? I think he was. I can't remember actually. I think he was actually. But yeah, when Ted usually does his notebook and he goes through the does his notebook, it's just amazing, isn't it, when you see the paddock and everything. And anyway, you can see then it's not raining, so that's a good start. Of course, we had a bit of rain, didn't we, in the Elite League last yesterday, didn't we? And it caused some. Unfortunately, Vanquish, the champion, was out as he got taken up by Pierre Gasly. Hopefully, Gasly gets a lifetime ban for that. I don't mean in from actual Formula 1, because that'll be harsh. I mean in the Elite League. As much as everyone probably enjoyed seeing Pierre, but I don't think we want to see him in the Elite League. I think he should stick to Formula 1. Anyway, we're getting ready, and drivers at the moment to just get themselves sorted and getting themselves raring to go then, as the time is about to tick down. Here we go. We're going to have the formation lap. Look at that. What a grid. What a grid. We've got 28 laps of this. And Jonathan there getting a bit slow away then. This is going to be phenomenal. Stick with us, guys. This is going to be the quickest 28 laps. Roscoe's left the session. Hopefully he'll come back soon, because we want to see Roscoe in this session. We want to see Physico in this session. We want to see everyone in this session. And hopefully he'll win in a minute. He's got about 2 minutes to get himself sorted. Anyway, let's go through the grid then, right? Whilst the drivers get themselves raring to go. And oh no, and Dave's left the session as well. This is not good. Anyway, we'll go through the grid, and then hopefully it'll sort itself out in a minute. Pole position is Matt on the soft compound tyre, so he's going to have a good old launch, isn't he? Roscoe alongside him on row 1. There is Roscoe just coming up the hill now. He is second. This is going to be good stuff. Not that bad. He's in third position at the moment on the medium tyres. Fourth position is Dave on the medium tyres. Right, Jonathan wants to go with it in fifth position, medium tyres. Sixth position is Are You Racing, making his debut in sixth position. To be honest, I'm wondering how nervous he is. I was mega nervous in my debut race in Abu Dhabi. Asdog in 7th position. John has left the session. Double is in 8th position, and again it's showing a very good speed in qualifying on the soft compound time. Physico in 9th position. Harry has left the session as well. This is not good. Sven in 10th position in the Haas. Timmy in 11th position. As we said, Harry has left the session. He's just cruising around. Matt's left the session as well. Energy Dan is 13th. John is in 14th position. Gorilla in 15th. 16th is Super Steve. And I wonder if I'm going to restart. Super Steve, just look at the heat haze out there. Absolutely burning up rubber here, isn't it? As whilst we're just waiting to Super Steve's left the session as well then. So yeah, whilst everything's getting itself sorted out, as you can see, everyone's leaving now. So I think they've all left me, guys. So yeah, this pair of us, it will be a good race. I think that unfortunately we had a couple of issues, didn't we? Of course, the Elite League, of course, will be rerunning, of course, in about Saturday's time, as I've disconnected. Excellent stuff. So yeah, hopefully the stream is still going. Otherwise, I'm just going to be talking to myself, which, to be fair, I do anyway. Yeah, so I think that as whilst we're just waiting for things to get cracking again, let's just let's just show you the bit of the track. Then it calls 16 turns. Then here in Shanghai, the circuit length 3.3 miles. The track difficulty is hard, and I think that I would actually agree with that, because it is a very difficult track, isn't it, to get right. It's like I said in Australia, didn't I? The track is easy to drive around, but it's difficult to. So I've received an invitation from Dave. Excellent stuff. Because I've turned my notifications off, so it's very difficult for me to see what. This is a restart, and good stuff, everyone. So cheers, guys, for letting me know. So yeah, as I better get into spectate. Yeah, I won't be very. I've done that before, I know, and I wasn't very popular. Yeah, so the track is the track difficulty is quite difficult. It's quite hard, isn't it? But as I said in Australia, it's easy to race around Australia, but it's difficult to get the track right. So I think here it's turn 1 is especially difficult. Turn 1 and 2, it's a very long. It's very long, isn't it? Turn 1, 2, and 3. Cause it really does cause some issues, don't it? Of course, you can see the entire compound's got C4, C3, and C2. It doesn't matter doesn't really matter to anyone else what C's they are. As so just taking a look to see what's going on in the world of the chat, just to make sure I haven't missed anything too obvious, which I probably have. Oh, I got an awful lot of notifications. Excellent stuff. I am in the lobby, aren't I? Let me just make sure. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, so yeah, just taking a look to make sure that everyone's here, everyone's ready to go. I'm in spectator mode, which is a good. So just waiting for Jonathan to select his car, and we should be away. Yeah. So yeah. Apologies about this, guys, but to be honest, good things come to those who wait, isn't it? Is that have I just advertised the beer? I think I have. Oh dear. Let me go back to it. That's the thing. Every little helps, doesn't it? Don't worry, it will. We will get there in a minute. Of course, the question is it was really hot, wasn't it? And qualifying, it was so hot that burnt my land. I had to come out to make sure that the tires weren't melting. To be honest, I feel like I'm melting at the moment. Yeah, you're gonna have to peel me off the floor by the end of this race, I reckon. I'm gonna be melted. Chance, it's only been in the qualified. I've already gone through one bottle. Good job, come prepared though. I got 2 more to go, and you can see then we go whilst we're in the lobby. Then let's just take a look at see the calendar. Then after that we go to Azerbaijan, and to be honest, that is a very difficult track, isn't it? Of course, I got my better position in IRC last year, not because I was quick, because I am very slow in Azerbaijan. But it's actually because of all the chaos, isn't it? Because the other drivers are always on edge, and they're driving around. One mistake can cause could be the end there, can it? Just making I think they're just getting the grid sorted out. To be honest, I should have made a note of what's going on already. Yeah, then we're in the first official European race of the season in Spain, isn't it? It's the round 5, Monaco round 6. Of course, the jewel in the ground, the jewel in the ground, yeah, the jewel of the ground crown of Formula 1. Then we go to Canada, then go to France, then we're going to Austria. Austria and Britain had some great races in F1 this year. I think, to be honest, we're going to have great races every round, don't we? So yeah, we don't need to rely as much as we like to race on good tracks. Sometimes it doesn't matter about the tracks; it's all about the drivers, isn't it? Then we go to Germany, of course. F1 in Germany this weekend. Of course, we're expecting some interesting weather in Germany. Hungary, Belgium, Italy, Singapore. Then Russia, to be honest, I'm not a fan of Russia. Japan, I'm definitely a fan of Japan. A very old school track, isn't it? Then we go to Mexico, then circuit the Americas before going to Brazil, and then finished off the season in Abu Dhabi. I'm just making sure I'm in the party on my own and I'm not actually yapping at the drivers. I mean, gosh, that would be awful for them to hear me going crazy. Anyway, yeah, so then we're about to get into the race then, so a bit of delay. Don't worry about that. Unlike the stewards in the actual Formula 1, the decision is made and we stick to it. see lovely shots of Shanghai. It's a beautiful facilities here in China, isn't it? I think that China's probably one of the better races to go to, isn't it, in terms of if you want to go to one of the Ferrari races, because I think that there's like a train station almost within the track, I believe, and literally it's also quite cheap as well. Of course, that was again I also learned that off Ted's notebook. To be honest, I'm a big fan of Ted Kravik's, and you learn a lot from Ted Kravik's notebooks. His choice, I love it. Yeah. I do like Ted Kravik's. Anyway, we're just getting the drivers getting ready there, setting out the strategy. Even though all the drivers must start on the compound, all the top 10 must start on the entire compound they was going to start on from which they did for Q2. So no advantage. The only advantage will be that they've done one lap less. So, but that cannot be helped. And to be honest, it's is it much of a disadvantage? Probably not. Well, it might be a bit of a disadvantage, but because these drivers do try and gain the littlest amount of time, and we're away, and away we go again. It may feel like a rerun, but at least we've got all our drivers there ready to go. Matt on the soft compound tyre, second alongside him is Roscoe. We've got not that bad in third. Fourth is Dave. Fifth position is Jonathan Cox. Are you racing in sixth position as Dog in seventh? Double in eighth. Ninth is Physico. Sven in 10th position. So unfortunately Sven had a bit of an issue, didn't he, unfortunately, in qualifying. Timmy is in 11th position. Harry in 12th. Energy Dan in 13th. To be honest, I might need a bit of energy as well. 14th position is Wee John, of course, making his debut. Gorilla in 15th position and Steve in 16th. So we got 16 cars out on the track at the moment. As I need to turn off that telemetry, not that telemetry. We're turn off the lap data. We don't need to worry about the lap data, do we? So then we got 28 laps around this magnificent, this beautiful Shanghai circuit. And so Matt is now into sector 2 then. You can see then he's trying to back up the field then, because he's got a 5-second gap at the moment, doesn't he, over Roscoe, and he wants to back he doesn't want to be sitting on the grill for too long. Look at the heat haze, absolutely. It's roasted out here in Shanghai, and you can see Roscoe is really backing him up, isn't he? He knows that Matt is going to have a much better start on those soft compound tires, so he wants to get a disadvantage, don't he? He doesn't want to get a disadvantage. He wants Matt to have a disadvantage, don't he? This is going to be phenomenal, guys, isn't it? This is going to be mega. Yeah, Jonathan Cox has just told me restart. Sorry, John. I didn't actually see see your comment there. Yeah, so you see then Matt is still trying to back the pack. Look at that in the background. It looks chaos there. Jonathan. So we've got a bit of this formation lap, a very slow formation lap. Here is there's a bit of gamesmanship going on. Can't you tell the IRC veterans are leading the pack this time, can't you? And Dave also backing up the second. We got like 3 or 4 packs out there at the moment. And really, and there's been no disqualifications in this formation lap, as you can see. Then look at this. Dave is really looking at the IRC veteran. 5 seasons in IRC now. Dave has been. Of course, he's been here for almost the beginning. Jonathan wants to get on with it, and look at it. This is brilliant, isn't it? As you can see, then there's. We do have a car. Oh, I must have missed that. Oh, it's when it's double and it's Sven. So you can see then it's now coming across the. Start finish line now. You can see a very slow formation lap there, wasn't it? Gamesmanship at its absolute finest there. So here we go then. We're on the grid. Matt has been sat on the grid now for a fair amount of time already. Almost 30 seconds, 45 seconds. This is not the engines will be overheating, the brakes will be cooling, the tires will be cooling. But here we are. We're racing now in Shanghai. We're just waiting for the lights then. And there they are. 2, 3, 4, 5. There'll be a pause. And we are go! We are going now. I think that Roscoe's had a phenomenal start. And Roscoe's had a phenomenal start. And he is through. He is through and he takes the lead. And he is through. And Matt's gone wide already in turn 1. And Jennifer Cox is flying through there. And we got damage. Matt's got damage, I think. And then there's also dead debris there. You can see they come around the turn 2. And look at this. And they're all bunching up. Then we got Energy down here into 8th position. Doubles down to 9th position. Broke Krilla. So a fantastic start. As Stokes out of terrible start. Physico dropping down the field as well. He's damaged his front wing. As he damaged his front wing. And then Sven has had an awful start. Roscoe leads, 2nd position. It's not that bad. Jonathan having a good old lunge there as well, and he is up into 3rd position. Brilliant stuff at the moment. And as you can see, then there's just taking a look at the position changes at the moment. Matt's dropped down 3 positions. Our pole sitter, has he got damage to his front wing? I think he has. I'm sure it's from the Ferrari. Timmy up into 6th position. He's now it's the battle for the rookies at the moment in 6th position. And Energy down there going having a lunge on the outside there. Double 8th, broken 9th position. And As you can see, and all going a bit wide there is the one of the racing points. Harry is down to 12th position, and Wee John 13th position, and that is a dive bomb, and oh my gosh, and super steep, and that's a car off, that's a Toro Rosso. Oh, it's Energy down and Broke have come together, and they're dropped down to 15th and 16th position. Lap 1 goes to come down to complete lap 1, and it's a bit of a messy start there in the midfield. Roscoe leads, so not that bad. Is second. Jonathan Cox is in 3rd position. Oh, he's damaged his car. He's damaged his front wing now. Jonathan has he just misjudged his braking point, and he has damaged his car. It's like, is he going to come in the pits? Is that it? No, he's staying out. What about Matt? He's staying out as well. Of course, Dave's down to 5th position. Timmy up in. Oh, what was that? Don't worry. I think it was just a bit of a bollock there. Double 8th, 9th is Asdog, 10th position. We've got Wee John. Broke Gorilla is having a big old battle at the moment there with Wee John. Wee John is in the middle of the track. Broke Gorilla is now up into 12th position. Wee John up into down 13th. Energy down in 14th position. Sven is in the pits, and it's Steve there. I think oh my gosh, I thought, oh look, Wee John is driving down the inside, fantastic, and Broke is having a good look. No, not quite though. So Broke Gorilla is down to 12th position. You can see there's a bit of there's now a gap forming, and these guys are fighting tooth and nail. Remember, they ain't in the points yet, and now it's Broke Gorilla is going to go down the inside, but Wee John is, whoa, that's he's gone for a wee as well there. Blimey, he's wow down Mr. Break point out, and he's dropping down now to 50th position. We've got both horses at the back of the field at the moment. Lap 2 at the moment, then, as you can see, then Roscoe leads not that bad. Second, Jonathan third, Matt is down to 4th. The pole series got Darren's front wing. They've got Timmy, who's looking very strong in the race, isn't he? Racing, who was looking good in qualifying, strong in the race a bit at the moment. Asdog 8th, 9th is Double, 10th position is Physico, 11th position is Harry. And we've got a good old battle here between Energy Dan and Broke Gorilla, damaging their cars at the moment. Steve in 14th position, Wee John 15th, and Sven there in 16th position. Then at the moment, as you can see, not that bad is I think just on a seeing if Roscoe, see, we've got debris on the outside there. We've got Asdog and Are You Racing. Asdog is going on the damage to Are You Racing. That might be why he's struggling there. Lovely shot here at the front wing of Asdog at the moment, but Are You Racing is still in front. Not bad. It's got to set the fast up the race, and on lap 3, sorry, lap 2, at the end of lap 2, then we're on lap 3 now, as Asdog is all over the back of notice Harry taking all the track and then some there, just to in the batter. And we've got Broke Gorilla who's in the pits then, unfortunately, so a couple of issues at the moment out there, as what's going on here? Asdog is going to go up and under, but Are You Racing, lovely shot here from Double then. Look at this, Asdog going on the outside. No, Are You Racing now defending beautifully well, cracking stuff. And now what's Asdog do is Asdog is gaining. He's going to go on the inside. He's going to do a Ricardo, is he? Oh, he has. And Are You Racing giving him plenty of room there. Good stuff indeed, as you can see there. But he's going to have the momentum on the outside. He is through, and you can see now it's Double going to get through as well. We're on board. Look, there he is on the right hand side. Double's through. He's up into 8th position. Then Are You Racing's dropped down to 9th. You can see that the understeer is causing him all sorts of issue. Physico on the outside, then coming into the middle of the part of that, then Broke Gorilla is dropped down to 16th position. Unfortunately, he's having a bit of a miserable time out at the back at the moment. We're keeping on the gaps, and it's down to half a second between and Harry there. He just come out of nowhere there, like Randy Orton there, wasn't he? Sorry, that was a wrestling pun. Maybe this I don't think this is the title of the place, is it? Physico then is on board of Physico now, and you can see then he is gaining on Are You Racing. Are You Racing is struggling. Oh, lovely shot of the rear wing. You can see then the DRS is enabled, and he's going to pull out now. He is pulling out. We're going to see on the right hand side a racing point. There he is. Harry, sorry, Physico's gone very wide then, and he's also let the McLaren through as well. Where is the McLaren? He's alongside him. I thought Harry's coming through then. That's a racing point in. Oh, great stuff. And you can see then Harry there just accelerating away, isn't he? But he's going to be alongside Physico going into turn 1 here. They're on different types of compounds. We'll talk about the compounds in a minute, because lovely shots here, isn't it? Brilliant stuff. And but Physico's going to go up and under here. Oh my gosh, they're very close. They're very close indeed. The two teammates from last year, and of course driving in different cars this year. But it looks like there's them. Wow, that is fantastic racing. No damage on Physico. I don't think there's any damage on Harry. So good, clean racing there from both the veterans. Good stuff as well. And a double there, doing a good job there to keep up. We got him. That's who's that? That's Timmy. Timmy's gone. Timmy's off the track. What's happened to Timmy? Has he got a problem? We can't really see, but has he made contact with someone? He was behind Dave at one point. I wonder if he's damaged his front wing then. Of course, also making his debut today, Tim is. So I'm wondering if he's had if he's come a cropper, and he has come a cropper. That is a bit of weight. That is a lot of end plate that is gone. Dave is 5th one. Matt is 4th. Jonathan 3rd. You can see then the battle for the lead then starting to heat up then. As you can see then, Roscoe is coating the pressure now from not bad. He's gaining. He's going to go on the inside. He's through. And you can see there's a bit of Ferrari front wing there on the outside, but Roscoe's going to go up and under, not quite. Not that bad, has taken the lead there. Of course, he's going to go for 3 out of 3 here, isn't he, at the moment? And no, he ain't, because I don't even know what I'm talking about. Roscoe is, look at this. And you can see then, and not that bad is all over the back of Roscoe. He's powering through. He is through on the outside. Fantastic. Fantastic stuff indeed from Ross, from not that bad. Roscoe is still over the back at the moment. Of course, we're only on that 5, and we're already having action here, there, and everywhere. Brilliant stuff, and so this is the battle for the lead. Remember, so this is the battle. Is Energy Dan has just overtaken Timmy. Of course, Timmy's coming into the pit. He's got on the hard compound tire. Wee John's on the hard compound tire, as is Sven as well. So all those guys are coming onto the hardest compound tire, and I wonder if they're going to be able to go to the end and in this race then. So as it stands then, Roscoe and not that bad are going to be battling for position, and we're keeping on and seeing what's going on. Jonathan in 3rd position at the moment. 4th is Matt. I wonder if they made contact at the beginning. I think they did make contact at the beginning. That's why Matt's damaged his wing element there. Matt going wide down. It's because Dave is in 5th position mode. Asdog in 6th. 7th position is Double, looking very strong at the moment. Double is on the soft compound tires. So expecting Double and Matt to come in fairly soon. Harry is in 8th. Physico in 9th position. Physico really causing Harry some grief at the moment, isn't he? Brilliant stuff. Of course, these two are side by side, weren't they? Now, start talking of side by. We're talking of a very close company. It's Energy down at the moment, and Steve, who, and wow, we'll come back to that in a minute because look at this. Roscoe's gone wide, and not that bad. Swoops up the and Jonathan's got a 3-second penalty for cutting the corner. I think that was at the opening. Look at that, brilliant. Oh, you kind of duck, don't you, when you're on the camera shot like that? Anyway, we'll come back to that in a minute because I think Super Steve and it's Energy Dan has gained an awful lot of time there at the moment. As Tim is now all over the back as Sven as well. Of course, both those guys on the hard compound tire. As Energy Dan then at the moment is 10th. He's the last point scoring position. Super Steve is 11th. Sven and here we're on board Timmy now in the Mercedes. And he is gaining on Sven. Sven's done 3 laps on the hard compound tire. But Tim's through and he is up into 13th position. I thought Sven was going to have another go there, but of course Sven there had an awful crash in qualifying, didn't he? And damaged his car, which is a shame. And well, so he did get into the top 10 there, but Timmy is now up into 13th position. Not a bad, still leads. Of course, he's going for 3 wins at the moment. Roscoe wants to stop that, doesn't he? Roscoe has had the pace this season, as has Asdol, but unfortunately the points don't really show what they've been doing this season, which is unfortunate. Dave is now coming up to the back of Matt as well. Lovely aerial shot here as they're coming into the back straight now, and this could be a race. This will be a race-long battle, I believe. I'll put my hat on it. And you can see then half a second, then the gap is now he's in DRS range at the moment. There's Jonathan 3 seconds back. You can see in the background there the both for Honda Power cars, the Toro Rosso and Renault there starting to get in close company as well. Now Roscoe is of course he overcooked it last time around. He's up the inside again. This is what makes China such a good racing track, isn't it? Because it's just the way the corners are laid out now. Not that bad, does have momentum, but Roscoe there cuts across him and is back up in the lead then. But not that bad there. Not that bad. So back in there, getting very back on. Matt's in the pits. Matt is the first man in the pits, of course. So he's on the soft compound. Not that bad. He's on the outside, and Roscoe there. Roscoe might have them. And not that bad. It's going wide. He's getting wider and wider. Of course, it's a very difficult corner, but he's now going to get on the inside. But where it's not that bad, he's still on the inside. Roscoe's got the momentum on the outside and have to drive, and he's through. He's back up into first position. There, Roscoe is. Good stuff. Brilliant racing. Fantastic. So Roscoe leads and has now got back into the lead then at the moment. Oh, you're flying free. What's going on? Oh, that's why Super Steve has gone in. He's done a Hamilton. He's gone into the wall into the pit lane. He's coming into the pits now, though. He's in very early into the pits. His energy down as well. And the Ferrari, IRC Racing there is through. And ooh, IRC Racing in a double there, having a good old scrap at the moment. Double still on the. He's come out on the medium compound tyre there. Matt's had an issue. Of course, he's had to change his front wing, which is why he's so far back. Well, so far back at the moment, which is unfortunate. Anyway, back to the lead then. As we're watching Jonathan there, of course, he's 3 seconds down. In the moment, Jonathan's in no man's land out there. Are you racing? As dog, what's happened? Yellow flag and free. Yellow flag and free. What's going on? I think it's Dave, isn't it? Dave has had a trip somewhere. And I'm wondering, has he made? I wonder if he made a mistake there. Has he lost an end plate? No, he's still got the end plates there. Anyway, back to the lead, and you can see that he's got Dupper on the outside of the hairpin, haven't we? And now then coming through then to complete lap 7. Then not bad. Then this is his favourite party trick at the moment, isn't he? Again, he's gaining. He swoops to the left. Now he swoops onto the outside. He's going on the outside. Boy, Roscoe, but Roscoe's not good. Oh, he thought he was going to dive in there then. And this is fantastic racing, brilliant stuff, absolutely brilliant. And now not that bad then, just closing the door. Of course, he's got every right to do so, hasn't he? Because he's got the position. And Roscoe though will have the momentum. He's going to have a go down into turn 6 now. Then is the accelerator away from the opening, and double and IRC Racing also battling for 8th, 9th, and 10th position at the moment. Oh wow, Dave is in 5th position moment. Harry is, Fizco's in the pits. He's on the hard compound tyre. So rolling the dice there. IRC Racing and Double are also having a good old battle here, aren't they? For 8th and 9th minute. That's what we mean by Double. He's looking a much more confident driver on this game, and it's great to see. Fizco 10th, Timmy 11th, Sven 12th, Broke 13th, Energy 14th, Super 15th, and Wee John in 16th position. Back to the front as you can see then. Oh, look at this, and so not that bad. It's really under a bit of pressure now from Roscoe, isn't he? We got 20 laps of this. So what lap are they going to think about coming into the pits on? Then that is going to be the question then. And so they need to get to at least, though, I'd say at least lap 11, 12, and then go to the hard tyre. And is it going to be 1 stop or 2 stop? Some people roll the dice and going for 2, I think. And the Roscoe there braking and very controlled there, back on board with them. Not that bad. And Roscoe there parking his car in a fantastic place. So Roscoe then is now leading the race again, but again now not that bad. It's now going to have Urs again, and he is gaining in they're going through. Look, not that bad. It's got the line. He cuts across and he's back up into the lead. What about Roscoe? And Roscoe might have the momentum in the second part of the corner into turn 2 and 3. And look at this. This is fantastic racing. Brilliant stuff. And of course, and look at this. Roscoe's just pushing not that bad out of the corner then. As well, then you can see he's got a good line now coming into turn 6. Is he going to have a look? Is he going to send it? No, he ain't going to send it there. Of course, we got a very long race ahead of us. Got a very long race ahead of these guys. Matt has just set the fast up the race. He's in 7th position mode. Of course, he was our pole there. It all went wrong in turn 1, though, didn't it? Where I think he had contact with the Ferrari. I can't be too sure, of course, but I think that's what happened. But if we have to have a replay, if not, I apologise. But I'm sure that I've seen something going on around there. Anyway, but of course, that's racing. Of course, there will be contact, even though it is technically a non-contact sport. And a bit of banging wheels and stuff like that. It'll happen so now. Anyway, back to the battle for leading. Not that bad. 51 points. Roscoe should have got had a good result would have had a good result in Australia, but unfortunately lost it in turn 12. And really, I think he's just been, and of course he got taken out, I think, by a rogue AI car in Bahrain. He's on the inside again, and again he's on the inside. Back on board. Not that bad then, and not that bad again. Pushing him out of the corner now. These two cannot be separated at the moment. It might be strategy, he might win this race. Which, to be honest, I would like to see it get one on track. And to be fair, though, it's going to be about. It's not going to be just about pace. It's also going to be about strategy, isn't it? And this is what we like to see. We've done 10 laps of battling like this. Timmy is now on the back of Fizco in the battle for the final points paying position at the moment. We're keeping an eye on that as well. As at the moment we've got 16 drivers in this race still, so good stuff from all these drivers there. At the moment, Wee John is a little off the back at the moment. moment, unfortunately. So we'll come back to the battle for the lead in a second. As at the moment, is Physico is now defending from Timmy in the battle for 10th and 11th position, as we just mentioned earlier on. And now coming through the final corner now, and you can see DRS is available. Urus is available as well. Tim needs to. He's very heavy-handed on the Urus, isn't he? Tim is. So you can see very attacking stuff, and we love it, don't we? Really just not he's no long game with Tim, is it? He's right out there, right on it straight away. Good stuff as well. So yeah, really, it's going to be sprint race. Tim likes to. It looks like he likes to drive a bit of a sprint race. Dave is out. Dave is gone. Where is he gone? Oh no! And Dave is out of the Chinese Grand Prix, and that is a big shame indeed. I think it's just coming out of turn 11 now, and that is a massive shame. We've got a Haas there of who's not that bad there again, is fighting with Roscoe, and that is a big blow for Dave, really is. Oh, what a shame, of course. Oh, Roscoe there, safety car, and these guys have come to the pit straight away then. So the safety car has come out. It's going to bunch these guys up, and oh dear. So of course DNF Dave, of course, he changed his name because unfortunately he's not had a lot of luck in this season. And drive-through penalty for double for speeding in the pits. That unfortunately is a slam. Oh, not that bad. It's been held up. Roscoe is going to come out in the lead. So Jonathan Cullen, is he changing his wing? Is Jonathan changing his wing? I think he's changed his wing. Jonathan is. Asdog's in the pits as well. They're all going to go into the hard tire shortly and go to the end of the race now. Asdog's in the pit. Lovely shot here. He's going out in front of the Ferrari. No, not quite. Look, the Alfa Romeo holding him up there. Harry is in the pits as well. So everyone's rolling up. Matt's in the pits. So yeah, I think this is kind of the only safety car is this really the only way, isn't it? As Harry coming in and out of the pits. The McLaren boys are a bit slow on that one. Double is staying out at the moment. So Double is staying out, and he won't get track position. Also staying. Oh, Physico and Harry are once again going to be on the same part of the track there. Matt is coming out in 9th position. RU Racing is also coming out, but Sven is staying out on the hard compound tire. So and Broke Gorilla's retired. Why is Broke retired? We're on board. Hopefully it's good news for Broke. We're on board them Super Steve. Where is he? Oh, I wonder if he's retired in the pits. Is he crashed into the pits? Super Steve didn't he earlier on board? I think he's crashed in the pits. So unfortunate for Broke Gorilla, he is out of the race then. So let's take stock and see what's going on in this race then. So Roscoe leads. Second position is not that bad. They're on the hard tire. They should be going to the end now. Jonathan Cox is also on the hard tire. He's changed his front wing as well, I believe he has, and he is third, so he's right back in this. Asdog is fourth. So his two-stop strategy in Bahrain didn't work, but he's on the same strategy now. So this is good. This could be a good fight for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Broker has left the session. Fifth position is Double. He didn't get on. He didn't come in the pits. David's just joined us now. We'll have a chat to David in a minute. Sixth position is Harry. Seventh position is Physico. He didn't stop, but he's on 3-lap old hard tires. Timmy in 8th position. Sven didn't stop, for curiously enough. He's in 9th position on 9-lap on the hard tires. Matt is 10th at the moment. The pole sitter having a bit of a difficult start to this race. RU Racing in 11th position. Energy Dan 12th. Super Steve in 13th, and Wee John is in 15th position at the moment. He's a lap down. Dave, that is unfortunate, man. I think you it's on the double left-hander. I think you crashed, didn't you?
Yeah, man, just gutted. I was struggling with overheating in the rears, so Asdog got through, and I had to put the fuel mix back in. No, I had to put the ERS back on low for the rest of the time. I was settling down, and just got too much inside curve on the double right-hander. It just spun the rear round, and that was it.
Oh, that's an absolute shame. That is, because I did mention your name change in the in quali, and we was kind of hoping. Oh, we've had a severe collision.
Oh.
We'll come back to that in a minute. We've had a severe collision between Matt and RU Racing. RU Racing making his debut, of course, and I think I'm hoping RU Racing hasn't damaged his front wing, but usually that's kind of
it's end plate. End plate damage.
Oh, that's a shame for RU Racing.
Because I felt really comfortable, especially as I knew Jonathan Cox had damaged and Asdog had damaged. So I knew I'd be jumping them in the pits if I kept close to them. But so the podium was sort of on, but it's just sod's law. The start was difficult. Jonathan Cox made a great start, and I got stuck behind Matt, and then I got clouted from behind by I think I think Timmy gave me a good whack from behind early on. So, but yeah, just settled into a nice rhythm, just completely out the blue that.
Yeah, that's such a shame because you, as you said, you were sitting pretty there because, of course, without the safety car, I think because Matt was coming into pits anyway, and he had an extra 5 seconds. Oh, Energy Dan!
Oh, someone's out. Energy Dan.
Same place as you, isn't it? Just a bit.
No, he clouted the back of the Mercedes. I think he clouted Timmy.
Oh,
everyone consoles teamed it up, and Energy Dan comes straight into the back of Tim.
Oh, that's a shame, that is. Of course, we've had 2 incidents on the safety car. Now, the safety car can be a bit perilous at times. There's some wind gone.
Steve hit double. Let's spit his front wing gone as well. So both Force Indias have got front wing damage.
Oh, it's getting a bit messy under the safety car, isn't it? It's I must admit, it is easily done. I clapped a lot of people when we was under the safety car.
It is easily done.
So
it is very easily done. But Roscoe and Jonathan, Roscoe not that bad, having a great battle. That's gonna be great to watch.
It is. It's phenomenal. I was giving this track big ups because it's very good to in terms of creating great battles as well. Firstly, because I was actually saying about your race as well. It was looking very good for you. You were because as you said, you were looking like you was on for a podium, and I definitely agree with that. Because Jonathan had damage as well, and you were just sitting there biding your time. It's a massive.
I had one mistake where Asdod got through coming onto the long right-hander, the like curve. I knew he had damage. So I knew it, but I was going to undercut as well a lap earlier for the hards, about now-ish, and put the hards on for the rest of the race, undercut them anyway, and then try and keep hold of that podium. But just a stupid mistake, just too much curb. And that was it. The car just went round. I had no control.
That's a massive disappointment as well because I really enjoyed qualifying. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Matt pulled that lap out of the bag, and I thought Roscoe had it.
I messed up going out. I was too busy looking at Asdog's funky screen, and I tried to go out, and then there wasn't enough time left, so I couldn't get out there and try and get pole myself. But it was good to be fourth. It was good to be doing a few laps at the front, but nil point. But hopefully Roscoe brings it home.
Yeah, hopefully so. And also with the formation lap as well, was there a bit of gamesmanship going on? I must admit, I quite enjoyed that formation.
We all know what happened. I just like to take it easy. I like to warm my brakes up. I like to be nice and smooth and controlled and calm. Yes, there's gamesmanship. Is your answer.
I must admit, I did find that quite entertaining because I think Matt was trying to back you all up, but Roscoe was going very slow, and then you were back. It was like 2 or 3 packs. It was great. It was great to watch. So I was
getting very frustrated.
I could imagine he was, to be honest. So the safety car's at the end of this lap then, so we're just coming up to half distance in this race as well. So this is going to be phenomenal.
Enjoy the finish, boys.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Dave.
No worries, mate. Keep up the good work, buddy.
Oh, I will. It's getting a bit sticky though. Anyway, safety car's in the end of this lap, and it's made a big appearance in this Chinese event so far. And you can see then he has to let the safety car go, and as soon as the safety car go, Roscoe's going to bolt now. Oh no, he ain't. He's caught. He caught me off guard. He's caught the other guys off. Now he's going, and look at this. He's right on the inside. There's a severe collision between Timmy and Finn. Oh no, there's all sorts of chaos at the back there. And Jonathan on the outside. Is he on the outside? No, he was on the outside, but he's going, but not that bad. Defending beautiful. We've had all sorts of chaos in the back. We'll have a look at that now. Is that Timmy has left the session. So I think the back set up kind of caught him off guard there. Sven there. I think Physico is all right. So we're just taking a look at the damage. Asdog is right in there at the moment. Jonathan is right there. So now we've got a battle, haven't we? Harry is also in there as well. So the first 5 have all made their stops now. Physico has also made a stop as well. Is he going to be able to get to the end? Sven, I don't think, will on the 12 lap hard tyres. But Wow, we're half distance to this race, so this is now a restart. So we're going to now have a sprint to the end. And Roscoe has already shown Roscoe and not that bad has already shown some amazing. And Sven's having some issues out there, isn't he? He's dropping down the order. And, doubles now all over the back of him as well. Of course, I don't. So now in terms of strategy, there is none. You're now going to the finish surely, unless you have a damaged front wing. Tim is dropping down. John is a bit out at the moment. Love and energy down in the session, but he's already out anyway. But you see, DRS is not available yet. It will not be available until the after 3 laps after the safety car has ended. Then look at the top 4, amazing stuff. And Harry is just out of view in 5th position, and this is going to be a fantastic 5, isn't it? Look, Physico's even in the background as well. Of course, he's got double the tire age at the moment. But as you can see, then at the moment though, in the background, Harry's being dropped slightly. But look at this. This is going to be fantastic. This is going to be amazing. 84. The Red Bull is gone a bit wide there, but of course you got a couple of racing lines there. Jonathan looking very eager, isn't he, now in a 3rd position at the moment in the Ferrari. He is back in this. That safety car has really helped him at the moment. Matt is lovely shot here of the front wing then of the Ferrari there, as you can see then, and Jonathan there. Oh, look at that. Asdog there is also in a 4th position at the moment. Asdog needs some points, as does Roscoe, and Matt is now in front of RU Racing. RU Racing, of course, making his debut today. He's the top rookie. Unfortunately, he has damaged his front wing, as Dave points out. Of course, Dave's making a guest appearance in the box, which is great to see, and it's also great to hear the insight as well. It's a shame for Dave, isn't it? Of course, he's got the speed, hasn't he? And it's just unfortunate. It's probably very frustrating as well, isn't it? Really, when you got the speed and just he did openly admit that it was a silly mistake, which is just. But hopefully, of course, we do have a lot of rounds left to go. The championship was not won in the first 3 rounds, so we still got a good 18 lots of Grand Prix still to go in this season. So anything can happen, can it? At the moment, the Roscoe is looking very good, isn't he? Out front as double. Jonathan's got into the back, and he's got into Aston. Oh no, Jonathan is out. I was just about to go to double, and that is a huge mistake from Jonathan there. And that is a huge error from Jonathan today, and he is out of the Chinese Grand Prix. And you can see then there's double going wide there. Super Steve also going wide as well. Jonathan and DRS is now enabled. But yeah, I think he misjudged his braking point, and that is a big blow for the Ferrari driver. Of course, he was 2nd in the championship today as well. And I wonder if Asdog has got damage as well. Oh, what a shame. I think that'll be a safety car surely, of course. And the safety car has been very busy in this event, as we said. He made an appearance in qualifying as well. Of course, Timmy's out of the race, so we've only got 11 cars left. Snap has joined. Unfortunately, he's a bit late, but at least he's in the race, and at least he's in the session, and hope and watching and hopefully enjoying. Of course, as we said before, big ups to Snap this season, looking a very good, strong drive, very strong, isn't he? Let's put on board with Asdog as he damaged his front wing. He's all. I think he's all right. Asdog is. He's just lost a bit of momentum, but wow. Jonathan there is out to the Chinese Grand Prix. That is a big blow for Jonathan, isn't it? Of course, it's all about consistency. And so from not that bad point of view, he will extend the lead in the championship, whatever happens now. Well, unless he adds a DNF, of course. As oh my gosh, we got DRS now. So here we go then. Round what? I think this is probably round 16, isn't it? These guys have been battling, haven't they, all the way through. So Jonathan just misjudged his braking point, went to the back of Not That Bad. I don't think Not That Bad broke early, and I think that's just a mistake on the Ferrari drivers, unfortunately. But this is when you're driving at the max, sent you around, and these races do last a good 40 to 45 minutes. It's a very long time to keep up your attention and concentration, is it? So the top 6, look at that, they are just over 8-9 seconds separates the top 6 at the moment. We're on board with Matt at the moment, who is in 6th position. As it stands at the moment, Super Steve is up into 7th position. John, who was looking a little disconnected, wasn't he? The safety car stage, is back up in the points in the 8th position. Double is 9th position in the Williams. Sven is in 10th. RU Racing has just made a stop and is now in 11th on the fresh soft compound tires. He should be getting to the end, and Timmy is out of the race. Absolutely fantastic start. As Jonathan just apologised to Asdog, Not That Bad. He just slightly misjudged his braking point. Don't worry, Jonathan, it happens. At least you didn't take out Roscoe in Monaco for basically being an idiot. So, yep, that was me. I always remember that. I was surprised I didn't get kicked out of the league for that, really. It was awful. Yeah, I don't even know what. It wasn't even malicious. I think I just lost my concentration and just kind of forced him into the wall. That's my excuse. I'm sticking with that. So, yeah, so don't worry, Jonathan. Yeah. We all make mistakes, and as bad as my mistake on Ross in Monaco. So yeah, nothing could be as bad as that. As Matt then up into 5th position now, as Physico is having a good old look. Then we've got a lovely breeze now. All of a sudden, I think we've got a bit of a storm coming. There's already a storm on the track, though, isn't there? As this is fantastic stuff. Physico's dropped down to 6th position at the moment. Harry is up into 4th now, as Asdog has dropped back to 3 seconds, but I think Asdog would be happy to just be there or thereabouts. And Asdog Roscoe, I gotta keep mentioning it. Good props this year. This season has been absolutely excellent. Of course, the league as well has been phenomenal. So to us, both IRC leagues are in very healthy states at the moment, and it's brilliant. As Physico is not going to have a look just yet, but we're going to join the battle for the lead at the moment. Then, as well, we will. But I think that Double is starting to really double the pressure on Wee John at the moment. Wee John is now up into 8th position, so a good recovery drive there. Are you racing has made the fast up the race? Remember, you get an extra point for fastest lap, and as of course that can be all important. We've still got well, we've only got 11 laps to go in this race now. Oh, this race has flown by. We've had a safety car as well. Of course, Bernd Mylander has been a star qualifying and the race, hasn't he? I've never seen him in the safety car so much. Of course, Double there is just half a second down the moment. Not that bad. It's in the DRS zone of Roscoe at the moment. Roscoe there is leading, looking very good. Remember, this time last year, Asdog won his first IRC race. Unfortunately, though, I think that was the highlight of his season, but I'm hoping that's not the case this season for Asdog at the moment. He's on the podium. And he's looking good. He's only 3 seconds back. He might just be sitting there, and of course Dave was just sitting comfortably in 4th, 5th position for most of the beginning of this race, wasn't he? So, and I think that to me sounds like that Dave was just saving up his tires as well, ready for an attack. And of course he was also going for he was thinking about going for the undercut as well. Unfortunately, we haven't got any of that strategical battle anymore. The safety car has taken that away from us to unfortunately, or not unfortunately, we don't know. Double is out of DRS there at the moment, so he hasn't got DRS activated there. He's 6/10 behind. He's really gaining on Wee John moment, but Wee John looks like he's got a bit of a good car in the corners, hasn't he? Let's just take stock then as we're into the final third of this incredible race. Absolutely phenomenal. Roscoe leads second, not that bad. It's going for his 3rd race win of the season. It sounds like dominance, but it's really been anything. Right, look at Double's going to have a look, but Wee John there just doing well there, just holding his position nicely. But not that bad. The second moment, Asdog in 3rd position. Of course, he won this race last season. I should have mentioned that in qualifying. Really apologize about to Alan there. Harry in 4th position. Matt is now starting to really put the pressure on Harry in 4th. Again, Harry showing also some consistency and keeping himself out of trouble. Matt in 5th, as we said. Physico in 6th. Super Steve in 7th position. So good drive there from Super Steve. Wee John and Double are just watching now in the battle fate for night. Oh, and Double there almost getting on the outside there, and usually when you go on the outside there, it's very different. It's like the no return, isn't it? Where you are going to run wide. But Double in 9th position there, once again doing well, isn't he? He's really racking up the points in the early stage of the season. So nicely done for Double. Sven though is starting to join the party as well. So Double is the meat in the Haas sandwich, isn't it? At the moment. Oh, you see Wee John there getting a bit cozy with the curve there, wasn't he? In the 9th position there. Sven in 10th. Are You Racing is in the 11th position as well, and unfortunately Timmy is out of this session. Not that bad. It's now starting to put the squeeze, isn't he, on the leader at the moment. Double is now going to go on the inside of John. He is on the inside of John. He's through. Oh, John there. Brilliant braking. John really confident under the brakes there, isn't he? He's gone a bit wide though, but Double has done it. Cracking stuff from Double. And Sven is on the outside as John's in. Well, he has sin, and he's through. And John has dropped down to 9th position there. And oh my gosh, that was that was a bit perilous, wasn't it? Are You Racing is now up into 10th position, so he's now got 2 points because he's got the fast lap of the race. So yeah, but keeping on this battle I think might rage on now to the end of the race between Double Sven and RU Racing. Of course, at the moment Super Steve is making his debut, and he is the top debutant at the moment. So of course we're just keeping on that. So we've got 11 cars left out of the 16 inside. Unfortunately, the retirements are Dave. Unfortunately, retired. He got in the power, didn't he, and just spun it to broke Gorilla. And we'll come back to the mid because not that bad's on the outside. He's on the outside. He's through. Oh, look at this. And Roscoe parking his car fantastically well, but not that bad there. Sim, come on, it's a great comeback there from not that bad there. Great switch right. We don't got a 3-second penalty. And now they're coming through then to complete lap 20. We're on 21 then. We are almost to the end of this race then, in this very sweltering hot Chinese Grand Prix. Sweltering in the comms box, sweltering everywhere. Well, double. Oh, and up the inside in is RU. RU is through and up into 8th position. He's on the on the medium compound tire, so he will be a lot quicker then. And you see, just trying to break the slipstream here. Sven is now going. Go. Oh my gosh! And they're not giving Sven any room at all there. But Sven there is on the soft compound tire. He's going to have a lunge. He is having a lunge. Oh, that's he's gone in way too deep there, and he is now dropped down to 10th position again. So, blimey! Oh, I know you can see they're not the bad leads. In the moment, RU is up to 7th position. Sven up to Steve's in the pits. Double's in the pits. Well, it's Double got a problem. Well, he's in the pits now. So. Oh. BRB. Yeah, don't worry. I'll just be up here chatting to myself. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Anyway, no, we got to come back to this battle here because this is the battle now for the lead. Roscoe's on the outside. Not that bad on the inside, but Roscoe's still on the outside. He's hanging on the outside. He is through. He is through. But you can see that not that bad. It's now got it's now side by side going into turn 1. Oh, and Roscoe has DRS, and he should have the momentum, and he's there, so he's all right. Blimey! Wow. This has been fantastic racing, fantastic. Matt now all over the back of Harry as well in the battle for 4th and 5th position as well. Matt was on pole position. He might be. Will he be disappointed with this race? I think he might be disappointed with the start there, of course, but damaged his front wing. But yeah, he's done very good to hang in this race, hasn't he? I think the safety car did play into his hands there. So yeah, I think that he might be pleased. To be honest, I'm not sure. I think it'd be. Half a dozen one, and you see we've got Mercedes there in front of us. That's Timmy, who's unfortunately out of the race. We've got 11 cars left at the moment. Let's just take a look at what's going on after those. After we had a couple of pit stops, is that Roscoe still has come back in the lead. This is a great battle, isn't it, between Roscoe and Not That Bad. Fantastic. 3rd position is Arsdog. He is now gaining on them. It's now down to 2.6 seconds. So whilst them two are battling out in front, I think that Asdog, I think that they're going to, I think that Asdog might be sneaking up behind there. So yeah, Asdog, I think they need to be a bit careful there. So Harry in 4th position, Matt 5th, 6th is Physico, 7th is RU, 8th is Sven, 9th is Super, and 10th is Wee. 11th, but then we'll come back to that in a minute because Matt is now gaining. He is up the inside as Harry. Oh, I thought that Harry's going to turn into him then. So I wonder if he was just trying to frighten Matt off the road there as we're coming back to that in a minute because Roscoe's going on the inside. Oh my god, look at that, they're brushing. Oh my god, look at this. But Roscoe should have the momentum coming on the outside. He's on the outside, but usually that's a better line. He has more grip. Look at that. Fantastic. Respect to both these guys. Absolutely amazing. Wow. This is one of the best. Oh, Roscoe, they're getting out shake turn 6, and that has let him Not That Bad back through and up into the lead. As and Roscoe, they're getting too tight there, losing a bit of momentum. No damage on both these cars, and these cars have been fighting for more or less 23 laps If you and this is this is a lesson in how to race side by side and not damage your car. This is phenomenal stuff. I use that word quite a lot actually, don't I? I think I might need to find a better word to describe this. Roscoe's out DRS. We'll come back to that in a minute though, because I've noticed a double is now starting to home in on Wee John in the battle for 9th and 10th for the moment. A double there. It's been on an enjoyable race as well, hasn't it, in the Rocket Williams? So it's been good to see battles up and down. Harry might not have finished with Matt just yet, as these two. Well, Matt is now starting to pull away again in the moment. So there's the gap, isn't the gap of the friends up to 1.2 seconds. I'm wondering if Roscoe might have made a mistake there by having to go into turn 7 and 8 there, and he lost a lot of momentum, didn't he, in this chicane, and really it's cost him a lot of momentum. We'll fight, but he's outside DRS at the moment. Hopefully he can get himself back into it. But as I said, 23 laps those two have been fighting for. 23 laps of side-by-side action. No damage on the front wings, and these front wings are very, very fragile indeed. Literally all you got to do is just tap a car and you will lose your front wing, literally like that, almost like that. And no damage for 24 laps, wheel-to-wheel racing. It's just been that is the pinnacle of what you need to be. Brilliant stuff. So yeah, that's a lesson how you race side by side. It's been really enjoyable as well, isn't it? Unfortunately for the rest of the drivers, though, they've kind of like selfishly selfishly been hogging the live action. There's been action up and down this field, hasn't there? Anyway, as we see, we love the shot here of the DRS there of a double there. He's got a very slippery car, hasn't he? Of double. He had a look. I think he was just testing Wee John to see if he was frightening him off the road there. Wee John is the rookie. The debutant is looking like he needs to go and get a lot earlier than that to Wobble John. So good stuff there. Well done to John there. I was going to call him Double John then. Great name. If they ever become a team, then if they ever become teammates, then maybe they could use that. Anyway, as you can see, and Wee John going a bit wide there. And it's the battle for 9th and 10th moment. Anyway, yeah, let's just take. I was going to go for the retirements, wasn't I, a couple of laps ago? And anyway, Dave out of the race. Unfortunate for Dave, broke Gorilla. Damn it! I think did a Hamilton, retired in the pit lane there. So that's a shame for Broke. Energy Dan spotted by Dave when he came to the commentary box. Unfortunately, I think he went to the back of one of the Force Indians. One of the racing points there. So that's my word. I'm allowed my one per event. So I called him Force India, and of course Jonathan went into the back and not that bad, and luckily didn't damage Asdog in the process. Just misjudged his braking point. It's quite easily done. And Timmy, I think, damaged his car under the safety car, didn't he? And I think retired there. So that's unfortunate for Timmy in his debut. So the debutant's doing really well. Are you racing there? Has the pace, hasn't he? Had a difficult race, though, hasn't he? Also, Super Steve's done a good job as well, and I think Wee John's also done an equally good job there. Look, that one's going on the outside. Wee John's defending on the inside. Wee, they're breaking way a bit too late there, and I think he's gone very wide there. I think he's almost in a different time zone. I think he might have gone to Beijing now. So unfortunately, I think Wee John might have got a bit distracted there by Double, and he just lost momentum. He has got DRS though, so Double's got to defend here. Roscoe's back in DRS. We haven't got long to go in this race. We have got to settle this battle in the next couple of laps. Oh, well, only for this race though, remind you, this could be a season-long battle. Roscoe has been at the top of the timesheets, more or less, all the way through the season. It's been unfortunate where in Australia he made a mistake at turn 12, and then in Bahrain, of course, he got involved in the AI's car and really caused a huge collision there, didn't he? So Roscoe's been in two massive accidents, hasn't he? And which, to be honest, Australia was probably well, you can't really portion the blame, can you, really? Because it's very easy to do, especially around turn 12 in Australia. It's a perilous corner, isn't it? Turn 12 is. But yeah, Bahrain was definitely not Roscoe's fault, and he lost a chunk of points there. Oh, blimey. Anyway, yeah, lap 26 out of 29. This has been a hell of a race, a hell of an event. We've had a great qualifying as well. Burnt My Lander even wants to get into the action as well. So we had some interesting views in qualifying, didn't we? But oh, lovely helmet here from Wee John there. I'm liking that. Good stuff. As you notice, anyway, any of you regular viewers do know that I do like a good helmet design. So you've got a bit of the Jonathan's Ferrari on the outside of the corner there. I think then the double is now starting to hone in on Super Steve in the battle for 9th and 10th. Double, and tell you what, double, and you can see we've got the old school pit boards out there as well. Roscoe, Eric, see, getting. We've only got 3 laps then. We've only got 2 more. We've got to go through the track 2 more times. Harry's left the session. No, Harry has left the session. That is going to be awful news for Harry. He is in 10th. He's on 10 points, and he's in 5th position at the moment. And that is going to be a big blow. And he is now, look at this. He is now cruising. He's only at 192 miles an hour. Physico's only at 196 miles an hour actually. He's only 4 miles an hour slower. Of course, they were doing a lot. They were doing the 200 miles an hour. It's like, oh, double now going on the outside of Super C. No way, that would have been immense. Oh, Super C going to rid of Titan there, isn't he? As we're just taking a look at the gap. Harry is dropping from Fizco. Harry hopefully needs to get back into the session very, very quickly indeed. Because Fizco is now only a second behind in 27 out of 28. Wow! Look in the background as John is a double there, just faking up the inside there, and I think he has distracted Super C because Super C is now gone a bit wider. Double on the hot medium compound tire. He is now. He's now going to have the title on. See Super Steve. Super Steve's under a lot of pressure there, and we haven't got to DRS. And again, a lovely shot, double providing us for some awesome camera shots here today, isn't he? Especially from the rear wing, and double showing us how well that Rocket Williams DRS is working. Brilliant stuff. Oh, so anyway, getting back to the front, 27 out of 28. Then we're not got long to go now. As you can see, DRS is now. Roscoe's in DRS range. He's in DRS. He is a bit too far back at this stage of the race. Super Steve's got a 3-second penalty at the moment. That might cost him. That's going to cost him the final point possibly. Of course, we are in a. So we will see the final results then. So which is good news for us and for you at home. So unfortunately, as much as the league system works well, I don't get to see the final results sometimes. There's Asdog in the background there. Again, a strong performance for Asdog, isn't it? I think both Asdog and Roscoe will be happy that they finished a race in a strong performance. But Harry is dropped down to 6th position. Unfortunately, he's not back in at the moment. Final lap, final tour of this incredible Chinese Grand Prix. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. John's in front of Super Steve now. Super Steve has dropped down to 11th position. They're both on similar types, similar tyre life, so I'm wondering if Super Steve made a mistake there. Not that bad. Is now just under 3 miles away from taking his 3rd victory of this season, which sounds like domination, but it's been anything but. He has just drove a kart race, hasn't he? He's been under pressure, and I think that he has drove superbly. He's kept his head, hasn't he? Not that bad, of course, making this his 2nd season now in IRC, and really he finished 3rd last season. He had started off as the favourite in this season's championship, and he's underlined that, but really it's not a walk in the park like some people thought it'd be. It may look like it in the point standings, but it certainly hasn't in the first 3 races. And you see in the foreground there, we got a good old battle, haven't we, for the final point? And I think not that bad then, coming into the hairpin for the 28th and final time here in Shanghai. Accelerating away, exceeding out the hairpin, and not that bad into the final corner, and he wins the Chinese Grand Prix. And there it is, and we actually got on the correct lap, unlike we did a couple of years ago. Brilliant racing from both those guys. That is a lesson in how you drive wheel to wheel. Asdog in 3rd position. He didn't replicate his win, did he? But that's still decent. Matu, the poleser, was 4th in the end. I think that it was a decent drive from Matt today. I think that he might be a bit disappointed, but still, that's a good handful of points as Matt comes through to finish 4th. Decent stuff. 5th position is Physical there, displaced Harry in the end. Them two had a great battle, didn't they, midway through. And 6th position is, this is gonna be close. I think Harry. Oh, and that's a bit of a corner cut, isn't it? Harry has joined. He should be. He's 6th position. Harry is, so he joins just at the final part of the race, and he gets 6th. RU Racing 7. Sven in 8th position. Then again, Sven there, of course, qualifying in the top 10 and getting some more points for the Haas there. Good driving from Sven today. Had some good battles as well, didn't he? Brilliant stuff to see. Tim finishes 12th, but he technically don't finish because he wasn't in his car. Ninth position is double. I wonder. I think that we're not sure what happened to double because he was a lot further up the road than that. I think he had a stop near the end, which dropped him down. But double there finishing in ninth position, and good driving for double once again, getting some more points on the board. Mr. Consistent, and he's showing it again, isn't he? You talked, but not only that, he's got some pace this year as well. Wee John in 10th position. Will Super Steve displace him? He does. He's up into the final point rather than Super Steve. Brilliant result from the day. Good stuff from the debutants as well. Very impressive for Mario Racing. I think he had a difficult first race, though, didn't he? The qualifying pace he definitely showed. And there's the podium. Not that bad. 3 times in a row. He is standing up there. Roscoe gets the result that he deserved in Australia and Bahrain. And Asdog, same for him as well. And Asdog and Roscoe have really got some pace this year, haven't they? And really not that bad. Hasn't got all his own way. Even though it looks like he has 3 for 3 though. For not that bad. Brilliant. And you can see then there's are we looking at if you include Jonathan Cox in there as well, that could be the guys in the top 4 this season. But to be honest, that is just a wild guess as well. So not that bad one by 9/10 of a second, one of the closest finishes ever in IRC. Asdog battling drive from 7th on the grid to 3rd, Matt 4th, Physico 5th. Harry, again, a good drive for Harry in 6th position. Unfortunately, he would have been 5th if it wasn't for his disconnect. RE Racing 7th. 8th position is Sven. 9th position is a double. 10th is Super Steve. Good drive there for Super Steve. He started last. Wee John just outside the points 11. And retirements was Timmy, Jonathan Cox, Energy Dan, Broke Gorilla, and unfortunately Dave as well. Phenomenal stuff. Driver of the day, it's going to be a difficult one, isn't it? Because not that bad. Roscoe showed supreme driving. Asdog from 7th on the grid to 3rd. It's going to be a difficult one to judge. Wow. What can you say about that race? I think it's you think some of that race in one word? Perfect. I think absolutely perfect. Brilliant drive, wasn't it, from brilliant and absolutely cracking battle from start to finish. 28 laps of battling and no damage, a bit of banging wheels, but that's in motor racing, that's all fair, isn't it? Fantastic stuff. And of course we are running a bit late behind our schedule tonight, but that don't matter, does it? You all enjoyed this. And I certainly did as well. And on this hot Thursday afternoon, that is definitely what we needed, wasn't it? Unfortunately, it didn't cool me down. It actually made me a lot hotter. So yeah, it looks like I've been to the gym now. So I'm going to have a shower and cool myself off. But anyway, before we go, let's just take a quick look to see what's going on next week. Next week, then, we're in Azerbaijan, one of the toughest races on the calendar. Of course, Matt has got previous in Azerbaijan. He's very quick there, isn't he? Of course, then, but not that bad. I had a difficult race there last year, if I recall. I think it was. I can't remember. I'll have to review the footage from last season. Definitely a phenomenal race last season. So we'll go from there. Anyway, Asdog is just joining us in the commentary box, 3rd position. So Asdog, you finally got the result that you probably deserved in the first 2 races.
Yeah, I really had to get a podium today. I really had to.
Unfortunately, you couldn't replicate your win from last season, but from 7th on the grid to 3rd, you surely must be pleased with that.
Oh yeah, ecstatic. When it all went down punt in qualifying, I thought, right, try and get P5, and then when that safety car came in and I pitted, I thought, I've got a podium chance here. And I was looking at Jonathan Cox, never kept it on the road actually. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, I'm thinking you misjudged his braking point, went to the back and not that bad there. He's lucky he didn't take you out actually, or give you any damage. You didn't get any damage from that contact, did you? I couldn't see any damage.
No, I didn't get no damage. Lucky enough, I managed to avoid him. So
it was a bit hair and scare, I must admit. It was so.
That went in my mouth at that moment. I'm telling you, I just managed to turn, and then I saw him coming towards me, and I'm thinking, no, there's going to be contact, but no damage, so I was able to carry on strong.
Excellent stuff. And to be honest, as we just touched on the fact that you finally got your podium after, to me, because you've been like, I must say that you've been there or thereabouts. You and Roscoe have been amazing this season, and I feel that the points don't justify where both you drivers deserve to be.
The same what you just said there, Roscoe as well. I think we've turned it on this year, but we've had some unlucky races in the first two. We've had a good race this race, and hopefully our bad luck's out the way, and we'll have a good season now. So.
And talking the season, what is your aims then for the season? Because I must admit, yeah, you are looking phenomenal, and I think that add Jonathan Cox in there as well. I like to think it's a four-way battle, not that bad. Has got 75 points, I believe, or 76, but really, I think that a lot of the races he hasn't been dominant, has he? It's certainly not in this race either. So he's surely catchable, isn't he?
No, there's certain races I think me, Roscoe, a few of us built on that are good at, so we'll be able to get maybe a win here and there, and hopefully you'll get a few DNS, not that bad, we'll be able to gain the points that way. But I think there's a good 5 of us what could really win this year. I really do believe that. Yeah,
definitely. I was saying in qualifying, actually, I kind of listed like almost all the field, so when A qualified. But yeah, well done, absolutely phenomenal stuff, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do in Baku. How confident are you in Baku?
That's one of my tracks I need to get out of the way. I'm not that good. If I can get in the top 5, that'll be an achievement for me. So.
It's kind of a survival of the fittest, really, isn't it, Baku? I must admit.
Yeah, I've never been able to get it since it's been introduced into Formula 1, so it's one of my not so good tracks. So get that out of the way. If I can get in the top 5, I'll be well happy with that. That'll be an achievement on my side. So.
Excellent stuff. Well, thank you for joining us in the commentary box today.
Yeah,
and
thank you again.
I would definitely say that you're probably contender for driver of the day. Absolutely phenomenal drive today. Very kept your head very coolly done as well. Did the job that you need to do and more, to be fair. So well done. And I really hope you can get your season on track and you can actually start to really cause some issues. So not that bad. But thanks for joining us, Alan. And I hope
my best for you. And yeah, cheers for everything you do.
Oh, no worries, mate. And I must admit, it looks like I've been to the gym at the moment, so yeah, I'm going off to have a shower. Anyway, next week we're going to Baku. Of course, the Elite League will be in Azerbaijan, but remember, we've got a double dose of Elite League next week. Of course, on Saturday we'll be doing the rerun of Bahrain, so remember to join us on, I think it's August the 3rd, so remember to join us then. And we'll also return for Super as well next Thursday. And of course, as Alan said there, he's not too fond of Baku, but remember, it's survival of the fittest. And really, Baku does spring up some amazing races. But of course, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that race. I'm going to watch the rerun because that is how you race wheel to wheel. Phenomenal. Anyway, see you all guys in a week's time.